and welcome back to another incredible, to another sensational, to another stupendous episode of the SDS podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Right, for that show. Now, some of you might have been expecting Sharky here today. Oh, why is Sharky not here? We banned every single Arsenal member of this podcast from this studio today. Today it's a takeover. I'm sorry. We shipped them brothers to Qatar, Cancun, wherever you want to call it. Ain't no Arsenal talk. Today, the ops get the feast. It is, of course, your host, Fuad, today. Sitting next to me, vice captain, promotion, in all black today. Scully, gloves, stood behind enemy lines. We have Lee Van here in the building. You came ready today.
Came ready, boy.
You came ready today. Oh, that boy, hey. I packed that thing too. Mm-hmm. Now, sitting across from you, we did want to bring in some Arsenal representation. So we brought in a victim. We brought in...
No. Start again. You know what?
The boys have sold you short. They gave you the short this week, unfortunately.
Worst thing is, man, when Hasib messaged me, it was a few days ago. Normally for Roundups, I know he waits for an Arsenal loss to bring me in it. He messaged me days ago. I'm thinking, ooh, is it like a late Qatar call-up maybe? I see it's for the United game. I said, okay, I got a bad feeling about this. Lo and behold, the game has arrived. But all I'm going to say is, Hasib, the P's must be rising. If I'm fighting on behalf of everyone, then I expect my buckle is back. You know what I mean? Let me get something out of this pain today. But I'm ready to firm whatever's going to be going on today. It's going to be a dark day.
Appreciate you joining us, brother. And sitting next to you, of course, back again.
Come on.
We have the Don in the building.
Hey, big up, man. Hey, man, we're gonna have some fun today. You know what I mean?
Me and the only 3-point collectors.
The only 3-point collectors. We're gonna have some fun today. You know what I mean?
We'll be talking plenty. As you know, Premier League Roundup, we got so much to get into, but there is no other place to begin than the Emirates, of course. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. Boys, I've got you both here. I mean, I don't even know where I want to start. I actually want to start with you, D-Man, because you today, in this all-black attire, went behind enemy lines to the Emirates to watch this game. Now, leading up to this game, I felt like a lot of United fans were confident coming into this thinking, yo, we might leave with something. We ain't the same United that we were under Amarim. They're calling Michael Carrick, they're saying Michael Carrique. Carrico. They're calling him. And again, he's won against Arsenal. This is now back-to-back weeks, following up from the Manchester derby, 3-2 big win. Talk to me how you're feeling about this game. Talk to me what you saw behind enemy lines today.
Well, for me, this week, obviously I did a face-off with Sharky, right? And I was telling him, and I was telling a lot of Arsenal fans that don't underestimate us. This is not the same Manchester United 3 weeks ago. This is a Manchester United with a bounce, with a new swagger. And obviously, given the circumstances as well, going into this week, I told them, look, if Man City were to win on Saturday, which they did, you're pressured to win. There's no pressure on us to win. We don't have to win. You know, remember, you're the league leaders. You're the mighty Arsenal. Right?
It's the Emirates.
It's the Emirates, right? Yeah. People don't create chances, let alone score goals. That's what people were telling me. Sharky was telling me that we'll be lucky to even score one goal at the Emirates. Because let's be honest, and there is truth in it. Because let's be honest, Arsenal do have this season their best defense in Europe. You could argue, right?
Just on Arsenal's defense quickly, they have now conceded 17 goals this season, meaning that Chelsea's record, which everybody spoke about just a month ago, is now officially the hopes of breaking that is over.
That was never going to get beaten to begin with. But all week I've been hearing about how they're the best team in the world. They're the best team in Europe. They're first in the Premier League. They're first in the Champions League. 7 wins out of 7 for them in the Champions League. You know, they thought this was just going to be a routine win for them. That's how they were treating it. I had Sharky on my face-off, acting smug, nonchalant. I've been getting that sort of smug attitude from pretty much the whole fan base all season. They've been saying to me that I'm just riding off this gimmick. Apparently it's a gimmick. Apparently, you know, that's, you know, I'm just, you know, holding on to hope. It's hopium. That's what they're calling it. Copium. You know, I'm begging it. I've been hearing those ones. I'm begging it. I'm forcing it. Just concede the title. Just give it to him. We're gonna win the title, bro. you should know by now. This is what 6 years of SDS. I always have the last laugh. This is not a given. How many times does it need to repeat itself for you to not get the message? I know your club better than you know it yourself. The meltdown is always round the corner. And today, not only did we beat you, not only did we score against you, we scored 3 goals against you, and we went band to band with you. Like, it wasn't a snatch and grab. This wasn't don't let the scoreline confuse you, because some people might look at it and just think, oh, Man United just about. No.
Yeah.
I felt that we were the better team today. I felt that we created a better chance. I thought we had more control in that game. Yes, there's times where definitely there's going to be waves of Arsenal attacks naturally because they're at home. You know, they've got something, they're trying to fight for the title. So, but I felt like even in those moments, we were still in control. Every single one of those Man United players, outstanding. I can't fault a single player from Lamens to the back line, Lissandro, Maguire, to Shaw, to Dalot, to Dorgu,
Casemiro.
to the whole midfield, the entire midfield. That's where I felt like we won the game today. Where we won the game today was that midfield.
Talk to me.
Mainu, Casemiro, Bruno. They were telling me they got the best midfield in the whole Europe. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard.
They tried to cook Saeed, by the way.
What did Zubi do today? Yeah.
What did he threw away the first goal.
How many games has it been now that he done that? You know what I mean?
Bro,
Is it-
Liverpool.
Liverpool, you know what I'm
City.
saying, against you, man. I'm pretty sure he done something dodgy against you, man.
I think the Richarlison goal.
Yep, for the lob, yep.
So for me, it's like I looked at the dynamic. That's the most, and this is the thing with football, like the football fan space now, especially online and that. It's all about we're number 1, you're number 5, so number 1 should beat number 5. Football don't work like that. We got to look at the styles of both teams. We got to look at what's at stake. We got to look at the circumstances. Man City winning yesterday was a big deal going into this game, because what it means is that Arsenal are now pressured to win that game.
Yeah.
They have to win if they want to keep that 7-point gap. They have to win. We can walk away with a draw and still be happy, because that will still keep us in our top 4 race.
And especially considering they didn't capitalize on last week.
So now they're pressured to win this week. And I told people, Man United are a team that when there's no pressure for them to win, they look like the best team on the planet. That's the reality. You've seen it all season, all the big games. There's a reason why we've won all our big games. Even under Amarim, we were winning all the big games. Liverpool, Chelsea, like you name it, Man City last week.
Chelsea red card tax.
Yeah, but red card tax, but the red card came from the pressure. It came from
very true.
It came from pressure. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good
It
point.
came
That's a
from
good
pressure.
point.
So
Yeah.
for me, I looked at it. I said they have to come at us. They can't sit back. And Man United, we're very good at being patient. And when we are a transitional football team, that's why for me, as the days are going by, that guy needs to go to jail. Well, generally,
We tried to warn you about that one. We tried to warn you.
He
We
needs
tried
to go
to
to
warn
jail.
you.
This is crimes against humanity at this point, bro. They need to. He's broken international law.
Is
bro.
This is what you were fighting for, by the way, all that time.
I wasn't fighting. The last 6 months, I was on his ass. Obviously, my thing is that's a whole different discussion. But my thing was always with Amram. Give him next season. We got him. And from Grimsby, I've been on his ass.
Yeah, but I'm hearing that he's still going China White. He's still going
going China
Selfridges
White.
and Manny. Like, he's still around Cheshire walking
He's in
around.
Cheshire.
I don't think man should welcome. I don't think man should welcome him. Like,
If I
send him
had
back
to
to
stand
yard,
10 mil comp, what are you gonna do, bro? That's what I'm saying. If I got 10 million in my pocket, I'm taking my sweet time moving up. I need to enjoy the ball. Yeah, let me actually enjoy it. He's probably so stressed. He never even got a chance to go to Trafford Centre, bro. He never got a chance.
go watch Old Trafford as a viewer.
As a viewer, you know what I mean? As a viewer, let him enjoy his life for now. But he definitely needs to stand in a courtroom and answer for his crimes.
What does it speak to the coaching that Carrick is doing though? And you could say obviously it's only 2 games, but he also had the previous 3 game spell as well. That's 2 big games though.
Two
massive games.
Massive.
The derby is always one of those games where you never want to lose it.
100%.
And historically, City have done bits to you lot in some of them games. And then coming into Arsenal this week, especially away at Arsenal, where they haven't lost all season. I think this is the first team to beat them away. I think this is the first time you guys have beaten them at their ground since 2017. I think it is.
Yes.
I think the last
in the league.
Yeah, in the league. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the last time they conceded 3 was against Luton, innit?
Yeah,
and that
Luton.
was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute, bro.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
especially since Gabriel and Saliba are playing together as well.
Now, for me, obviously, they said it was last week. It's 1 game. Don't get carried away. But this is against Man City and then the league leaders. So this is not a fluke. This is somebody that is tactically understands what he needs to do, and the players are carrying out those instructions.
Because it's
to
what you
the
said.
And I'm not saying
Same group of players.
It's the
Looks
same
completely
group, bro.
different.
But this is the thing, and every Manchester United, forget Manchester United fans, I think every single football fan with two eyes could see that this was a team that needed to be either 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3.
Simplify it.
Simplified.
Yeah.
And all Carrick needed to do really realistically, and I'm not trying to undermine what he's done, but it's just revert back to the basics.
Just get him into their
Shape,
football. Yeah.
Organization, compact. We press as a team. We defend as a team. We attack as a team. Just the principles of football.
Play through the midfield.
Play through the midfield. Like the principles, the basic principles of football. Before you even think about philosophy and style of football, the basics and the principles.
Yeah.
And he brought that straight back into the team, and immediately you see the levels in the team has gone above and beyond. But my thing is like, I could sit down right now and break down the game, which I'm sure we will get into. But I feel like this is a big thing about, like, this for me, it's more of a understanding that form is different to class, right? And we have a lot of players that are top talents. When you actually look at the pitch, you got Mainu, Bruno, Mbeumo, Cunha, Ahmad, Lissandro, like.
Talk to me about some of those individual performances.
Like for me, it's standout. And again, last week and this week, Dorgu.
Can we talk about Dorgu?
I don't know what
Is
dietary
he,
song,
bro, I tweeted out, half jokingly, he's
Yeah.
almost going through his Gareth Bale arc.
Yeah, that's what
Where
It's just turned
a
into
fullback all of a sudden got the chance to play on the wing, and he's like, yo, I can beat these man for pace.
yeah.
I can dribble past this man. I got a little shot on me. Let me just let it off a couple times. The goal was top tier. And couple weeks in a row now, he's popped up with a goal or an assist where you're thinking, one week it's on the right, next week it's on the left. I'm like, now this guy might actually be a winger. And this whole time when we've been saying, hey, he doesn't look quite, he looks more like a wing back. Maybe he was actually a winger.
Well,
But is he
yeah.
going through that kind of development where he's just realised, I'm that guy now?
I just think it's also he's been allowed more freedom. I think he's playing with a lot more freedom. Whereas before, I felt like he was restricted, not restricted necessarily in terms of position, right? Because he was still bombing forward under Emirates. He found himself, sometimes Dorgu was the highest player of the pitch in Emirates. But it's the instructions. Under Amram, I felt like he was just told, when you get to the byline, just cross it in. Whereas now,
And it's 'cause he's meaty as well.
meaty, and that's probably the weakest part of his game. Now he's a lot more dynamic. I see this guy cutting inside. I see him taking on
Bro,
guys.
I saw him
I think
one point
shots.
do a third man run and then he back heel scoop.
Yes.
Bro, confidence is like a performance enhancing drug.
And one thing about him as
It's
well,
insane.
he's actually quite good in the tight spaces, bro. Like the goal that he scored, it was to Bruno.
It just kind of bounced there like that in his path.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like you've actually unlocked certain aspects of his game that you man didn't even know he had.
Yeah.
Because Amram was limiting him to
Yeah.
literally just cross FC. It was get it wide cross. And then sometimes Sesko's not even starting. So who are you crossing it to, bro?
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Aye, he was funny when he came on though. Ball hit him in the face and bro.
He just moved,
He realised how.
Can't even laugh.
Come on,
I mean,
you know what it is? He realised how tall he is. When he was
But-
standing in the box, he realised how tall he is, bro.
Yeah. But playing in his position, you had Mbeumo today.
Yes.
Got a goal again as well.
Again.
What did you make of his performance and kind of what he's done today?
Again, it's funny because I had the conversation with Sharky on the face-off, and we was having this discussion about Mbeumo versus Saka. Who's the bigger goal threat? And I was sitting there arguing with him and telling him that, listen, yes, Saka's got the consistency in the league, but if we're actually comparing man to man, Mbeumo's not just a better goal scorer than Mbeumo, which the numbers show, by the way. The numbers show he's actually a better player than Mbeumo. He's more threatening than Mbeumo. He gives. I feel like
Saka's more threatened than
uh,
Mbeumo?
Mbeumo's more threatening than Saka.
Okay.
Like he is more threatening. I think I think defenders. He's more of a handful for defenders than Saka.
He's more
Saka-
clinical, bro.
Do you
He's
think
more
that now he's on that bigger stage now and he's got that bigger
That's where
spotlight
he's
on him?
now you see
That's
it.
where now he
Now
will
he's
maybe
gonna
get
I
that.
feel like now he will get the respect that he deserves.
Yeah.
But even before Mbeumo's goal, I said to myself, if we go, because I knew Arsenal would start with a lot of pressure high up the pitch.
Because the first
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes,
Bro, they were
I
on
can't
us.
lie.
They were on us. They were on
I
us.
was suffocated.
No, they were on
I
us.
said, yo, you lot can't
Yeah.
get two passes
No,
off
no,
without
no,
them.
no, no.
7-second press, they were on you.
But I said, if we can get through that first half hour unscathed, which we did manage it, but then unfortunately we conceded 5 minutes later, even then I was still confident because I said to myself, they've basically exerted everything they could in that first half hour. They're frustrated. We're getting chances now.
Yeah.
Burma had that early chance. Bruno had that early chance. I know the chances will come from Man United because this Man United team are good at that, especially on the transition. They will get those chances. It's about, can we be clinical?
Yes.
And that's what when the reason why I knew even at 1-1 we was gonna win is because it takes a lot of courage and character to go 1-0 down at a stadium where you don't get much chances often, you don't score a lot of goals often, but yet, you know, we managed to make it 1-1.
That's what surprised me.
I think that was the pinnacle
of it.
moment of the game, because a lot of teams would have just like, okay, let's do damage control rather than let's not
see
make
it out to half-time.
let's see it to half time.
yeah.
We said no. We want to get a goal before half time, and we had 2 chances just before we actually scored. We should have scored 2 chances like that first, and
Remember
should have been in the
chances
back
again.
of the net. Huh?
Remember the chances again.
Which one? Are you talking about the one where Bruno flicks it into him?
No, that's late. He's talking about it's 2 defensive mistakes, and then they have like 20 yards of space to run into, and then they cut back. I think Mbeumo cut back
into Bruno.
because he.
Okay, yes, I remember.
It should have been a goal, in my opinion, in that moment. So we had the signs were there. Then eventually we do get a goal. Obviously we come off the Zubimendi mistake, which I'm sure we'll come to him because that's been a bit little bit about talk about it.
Of course.
And then that one when I said, you know what? If we come out second half and we get the first goal, we win this game. I knew if we get the first goal, we win this game, and that's exactly what happened. Dorgu with a moment of like magic, bro. Just first time smack off the bar, and then, bro, from that moment, I said, you know what? If we can sustain cruise control, defend how we're defending, compact, stay organized, we're going to see out this game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what happens is also very good at coming with
pressure,
waves of attacks. But even then, bro, I still felt like we handled them.
I can't lie, when Marino
really
scored,
well.
it was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, all the goals were jammy,
This
though.
inevitable
Look at all
guy.
the goals.
Yeah.
Like the first
Martinez
goal was
on
an
goal.
like an on goal deflection, and then the second one was basically just like ball bubbles, and Marino just kicks it.
And it came from Madueke playing for a corner.
Yeah.
In the corner, literally.
Bro, so the thing about this Arsenal team, right, is defensively, and I told Sharky, defensively, they're the best team in Europe. But when I look at their team, there's a team that they don't score a lot of goals. They don't like have like moments of like you don't see like, it's not like the 22-23 season where you see like patterns of play and they're you know popping the ball and then they're doing these little like intricate moves and then the goal comes. It's not that. It's literally a team that relies heavily on crossing the ball in, set pieces, and then was winning the second ball or winning the header, and that's how they get their goals the majority of the season.
And in reality, that missing that bit of individual brilliance is kind of what separated the 2 teams in reality, if you look at it, because the Dorgu, bit of individual brilliance. Mateus Cunha, by the way, that finish. Yo, listen, you know I did a video on your channel, brother. I apologize.
Please, to the camera.
I apologize. Sir Mateus Cunha, I'm referring to him as of now. Because that's the type of goal I was saying. You go into work the next day, and you know the guy who doesn't even watch football tells you, oh, mate, you see that Cunha goal last night? Crazy. Like, insane. The spin round, Saliba like that, the technique. Bro, that's the... You remember them internet games you used to play where you draw the line with the free kick? Shots like that. Bro, I said insane technique, bro. And to come off the bench as well, I think Dorgu, obviously, I think he might have a knock or whatever, but I think he needed to have that kind of moment as well where he announces himself in a big game like this, scoring the winner. I think, listen, that's exactly... What was it? 3 minutes for 90th minute or whatever? Bro, just ice the game right after they score as well. You're thinking, yo, this is what it's kind of made for. Do you know what I mean?
But this is the thing. Arsenal fans have been telling us all season how great their depth is, how much quality they have. They made 4 subs and 1 goal today. You don't see that in the 55th minute. 4 man came on when it was 2-1. 4 man came on, and I personally...
Ben White, Eze, Marino...
They all came on together.
And Gyökeres.
They all came on together.
By the way, back-to-back weeks of Bleacher handling Haaland and
Gyökeres. And the guys are talking about his height and this... You should learn by now, this guy, don't let his height deceive you. He's got a heart of a lion, bro. He will win his duels. And you saw that again today. He's willing, he will battle you. He's not going to let... The guy's Argentinian, bro.
South American.
They're not letting nothing slide, bro. Let's be honest. They're not letting nothing slide, but... I saw the substitutions come on, and for me, when I saw the substitutions, I had more relief. I said, you just done us a favour.
Eze,
you just done us a favour, bro. It became more flat. Their team just became more flat, and I just knew at this point. Listen,
they told Saka, yo, hey. Other wing.
They said Luke Shaw's giving you a hard time.
You ever see Vinny get told, hey, go on the other wing?
Yeah.
You ever see Yamal get told, go on the other wing?
No, it doesn't happen.
I've seen Vinny.
When you got,
I was gonna stop him there.
Not your mom. I don't see Olise don't get told.
Olise don't get told, go on the other wing. When you go on a 13-game drought.
Listen, I'm telling you,
I saw Olise yesterday, in fact.
But Kyle, we need to talk about
Listen, I feel like the one other player actually I want you to touch on, Lemons. I thought he pulled off a couple of big saves at certain points.
He's transformed our season. He's been the biggest game changer for us this season. His introduction. I'm telling you now, today, we had Onana today, we would have lost because we would have conceded a stupid goal. Like that save.
The near post.
The near post where it's
reflex.
Onana's never doing that.
Yeah.
It will
It's
just
going
yeah,
underneath him,
yeah,
something mad,
yeah.
it's something stupid.
Or you throw it back, throw it to the net himself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Even
literally.
the confidence that he gives to defenders and the confidence that the defenders have in him.
Yeah.
I always tell people that is probably the most important piece you need in any back line is I trust you, you trust me.
And even like how...
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that's the
yeah,
most
yeah,
important thing. Like people undermine
sometimes
that.
making no mistakes is just do the basics right,
And you're good.
and that's it. Give me a 7 out of 10. Like goalkeepers, you're not expected to do. You're just expected to save, bro.
Yeah.
Like avoidance. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think if you've played football before, we've all played with dodgy goalkeepers, bro. Like when you've played with a dodgy
exudes
goalkeeper,
nerves throughout the rest of the team, the
Honestly.
defense. It's just. But let's go on the other side now.
Yes.
Let's talk about Arsenal, shall we? Amenia, this is where I feel like you need to come in, obviously.
Like, you know what it is?
And
Look,
talk to us. What happened today?
Obviously, Liban got his win, so I was like, let me just quietly let him enjoy, embrace. It's his day. His day doesn't come around often, so
Every
let
dog has
him-
his day.
Exactly. Let him enjoy a little bit. No
for me,
problem.
it's not enough to hate.
By the way, what was like the atmosphere like? Did you get clocked in the stadium, by the way?
Yeah. I got clocked on the way to the stadium, in the stadium, and then a few people.
No
clocked
one
me.
punched you up.
No one, because they you know what it is. It's they respect what I'm doing. They, it's like when you see it, it's like you know what it is.
You know
Yeah.
that
Do you know
this,
what
your
it is?
biggest
Do you know what it is?
hater in your building.
Do you know
No,
what
he
it is?
literally did the rest of his goals. No, you did that in
Do you
real
know what
life.
it was? Do you know what it was? I think for
that was
them
a
it
nice
was
picture,
like,
though.
But I'll be real, the two of you, I've done that at both your stadiums, by the way, in the home end, so I don't want to hear any of these things. But continue.
No,
Continue. It's at both your stadiums. So this last thing
It's
is
his
a
day
bit
today.
crazy.
No,
But
it's his day today.
I'm
just saying today.
He was laughing a bit too loud.
He was laughing a bit too loud.
He was laughing a bit too loud.
He was laughing a bit too loud. I saw you a little bit.
You've got a lot of questions. You've got a lot of questions to answer.
We're coming to you.
I'll just finish on one last thing, yeah? It's not enough to hate. I need to participate.
I need to dare.
It's a different thing, hating online, hating. When you actually go out of your way to go there, to
Taste.
witness it, to let the people there know I'm here, and I'm here to take away the 3 points, snatch it from your soul.
3 goals.
Yeah,
What was before you come in here? Like, chat to us about the atmosphere at the Emirates, right?
Because the atmosphere was good.
I'm talking about like, you know, with you, man.
Yeah.
And obviously the parts in the game where Arsenal were a little bit, you know, flat, right?
Yeah.
Was it flat in the home end, or was it rocking throughout the game?
I think so. I think first half was rocking for sure, which I kind of understandable, rocking. But I think when the reason why the second goal was so important was because it sucked the life out of them.
Yeah.
They realized, oh, okay, this team's not joking about now. I think the 1-1 they were still comfortable because they just thought, okay, it's 1-1.
The second half was like a body shot.
Yeah, it was, and it was the goal. It was the type of goal because it was a screamer and an absolute banger. It just sucked the life out of the stadium. Now it's like, raw. Like we might actually lose this game, and now as time is going on, the nerves are getting more mounted. Now it's like more frustration. You can hear frustrations from the fans.
Yeah.
You can see the players are getting frustrated.
The groans.
And then when they got their goal, I thought they could
It went loud,
the game.
yeah.
They could it felt mad. It just went crazy at the
Yeah,
moment.
erupted still.
And then you
But
came from
then
the other side.
and then Cunha just sucked the life back again. It was almost like we teased them, we took it back, sucked it back.
Yeah.
That's it. It was that was like the final.
When you catch a thief, you give him Red Bull.
Yeah,
you go, wow,
rack
you up some more.
Yeah, man, it was a good day. Good day in the office, man. Good day in the office. That's our playground, though. We really rocked there. We've done everything. Listen, I was like 6'9".
It's always in a black kit as well.
Yeah,
always in a black
I'm
kit.
telling you, it's a heist every time we go there. Listen, I'm telling you, I felt like 6'9" as well after the stadium. I came outside, I was thinking, I'm gonna see. Bear man might try to approach me as well. I just went,
An army.
I came outside, 7 p.m. Where are they?
Dispersed.
Everyone's gone. I just see Amelia just there buying, but just Amelia just there waiting for me. Like, Leo, what you say? Wanna go back to the studio now?
You know what? Because it's his day, I'm gonna let him pretend that that's what the story is. He knows that that's not the story. But I'm gonna let him pretend.
He was so quick to get out of that area, bro. He was rushing me to get out of that area, bro. It was mad. It was mad.
I was chilling comfortable
Yeah.
inside. This guy's like, yo, I'm outside already, bro. Stand whatever, gate R. Come. It's okay, no problem.
When he came to me though, no one was there.
But it was like half an hour after the game, man. Bro, it was half an hour after the game. What am I going to be doing? Doing like jazz hands or something in the stadium, bro. It's
Talk
not
to me from your point of view. What did you
No.
see out there today? Talk to me.
Obviously, I'll start from the beginning, right?
Go for it.
Last week, these guys, I'm thinking, you know what, Carrick, new manager bounce, go and like scam a little win for us, and then we'll come and pat your heads, you know, as per usual. When that match occurred against City and they bottomed up the park, I said, Like, I was a little bit concerned. I'm thinking...
The inner Ghanaian came out.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this new manager bounce? Is this maybe City being bad? Is it Carrick ball? Because obviously, you said before, right? Simple as maybe just going 4-3-3. Maybe it's not even Carrick. Maybe it's just literally not putting square pegs in round holes, letting Kobe finally play. Everybody with their eyes could see that Bruno and Casemiro as a two, no matter how quality they are, it doesn't work as a two. Everyone was playing in a position that wasn't comfortable for them. So I'm thinking, okay, you don't know, right? And then Bodo beat City, and I'm thinking, ooh. So maybe, was there a chance that United just, you know what I mean? City are the ones that are bad. Maybe United aren't that good. But I'll be honest, like, again, I was nervous about the game because, again, United, as much as they can be terrible, I think for both of us, whenever we're good or bad, it's never going to be like an easy walkover game. You know that the form don't really count. So I've gone with like a like a calm 2-1 win in my prediction. I felt as though we'd, you know, end up seeing that.
That's respectful.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, it's me 3-0, 4-0, whatever. I know that they're a
It
serious
wasn't what
team.
he said in the DMs, but it's fair, son.
That's what he's looking at.
You know why he said it again?
Do it.
I'll tell you exactly what I said.
It's coming on the humble team right now.
No, because
Because this is what Sharky does sometimes, you know.
No, let me tell you.
Lose, they come do the...
Go pre. I've made videos here before the games where I said 2-1. What I said to him, was about, because obviously we're going to link up after the game or whatnot. I said, listen, if we pat you man in the head, I'm going to be crowd surfing, so I might not meet you at like 7:15. That's what I said.
Okay.
I said, if that happens, I'm going to be crowd surfing.
Well, you got to be early, 6:45. You got to be early, He's saying to me, where you, bro?
I'm by Ridge R. I'm by Block R. Come on, man.
No. So the worst part is, so there's like a live show we're doing before the game, innit? And normally they have like Arsenal guests, Arsenal legends. Ian Wright came in alongside Stormzy. Now, we don't really have non-Arsenal fans in that box for the live show.
Oh, he was in the boxing today, yeah?
It was a live show for
You
the
were
Arsenal.
in the box
Yeah,
score?
yeah. So we don't normally have non-Arsenal fans. He came in and they normally do like, okay, score predictions. What do you think about the game? Blah blah blah. He came to chat about like, you know, all that youth thing he's doing with the Adidas kids and whatever. Yeah, he came to talk about that. Then it's like, we're gonna win this game 3-2. And obviously we're all creasing at him like, get out, like, hold that one, whatever. Yeah. Game starts. First 10, 15, like you said, I wasn't comfortable because I'll be real. First and foremost, I was freezing cold. And I'm nervous. So you know when you start like shivering a little bit?
It was cold.
Because you're cold and you're nervous at the same time. I'll be honest with you.
That's your body.
Bro, I'm just saying. You're in trouble. You're in trouble right now. And the back of my mind, I know somewhere, Liban is waiting as well. I know somewhere in the stadium, this guy's there. Hasib's messaged me SDS, I know already. My record when it comes to like roundups with Arsenal games, it's not very good. But first 20, I'm thinking, okay, we're playing quite good here. I can't lie. Like, just need a goal now to alleviate that pressure, because there was a couple times where, for example, Gabriel Jesus was doing some crazy little flicks like around the box, beating Dallo. Obviously, you man complimented Shaw, but I think Shaw got done a couple times as well. But it was the end product where Saka would get in behind, or Jesus would get in behind, or cut it back. Nobody's really there, or Lamans would make some really good saves. So naturally, in a stadium where you mentioned 22-23, I think the issue now is that you go into every game, not on a disrespectful thing, but you expect to win every game. You know what I mean? So when you aren't winning 1-0 by half an hour or 25 minutes, it does start getting a little bit restless. You start seeing maybe Lamans take a couple seconds longer for goal kicks. You start, getting irritated and whatnot.
Bro, they can't let the guy breathe. The moment they wanted to take the goal kick, I'm like, brother, he just got the ball.
Bro, hurry up. Hurry up. So then anyway, so we get the goal, 1-0, and I'm thinking, okay, I can breathe a sigh of relief now, but I want to see a bit more than this. Because as I said, I don't really think you man really created anything at all in that first 25. I felt like we deserve to have a goal or two. So I'm thinking, just try get a second before half time. Unfortunately then, Zubimendi, like, horror mistake. People mentioned maybe Saliba. I haven't obviously watched it back.
Saliba fizzed it into him.
Maybe he didn't. I haven't watched it
But
back
you'd
to
expect
really.
someone like Zubi's technical ability to, you know what I mean?
I'm not.
L'Espagnol.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, horrible mistake from him that led to the goal. Obviously, you had a chance beforehand, but prior to that, I don't really think United were in the game per se. You're defending well, but that's about it. Then when the goal goes in, half time, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not really liking this, you know. And I think what got me the most was that in the second half, normally we've had all the stats up. I know this guy's got stats. He's got Sky Sports open in front of me, by the way. He's opened the Sky Sports in front of me.
This is why we like you.
Normally, minute 45 to 60, we're known for like, all right, second half, we're gonna put our foot on your necks respectfully and go and get a couple goals.
Yeah.
When Dogu scored that goal, I'll be honest, it wasn't even the finish. It was the build-up before that, where I sat there thinking, there's no way United are taking us for like Wigan or something, bro. There's no way you might be doing like little 1-2s or whatever. Now, I'll be real, people around me were shouting handball for something. I actually haven't seen anything of that's even like a conversation.
Nah, man, it was.
I
Who
didn't
did it come
see
off? Who did it come off?
Gabriel,
I
I
couldn't
think
see.
it was.
No. Who was it that? Dogu, yes, Dogu. They tried to call for a handball, but
I don't know in it. I can't see from there. I don't know.
I watched it back.
Fair enough.
It wasn't, man.
Fair enough. I'm not even. Anyway,
it was like a thigh.
cool. Anyway, point being, that's a banging goal, and I've sat there like raw. Because me, I'm thinking 2-2's not even. I don't want that. Do you know what I mean? Because
You're thinking, how can we win it?
Yeah, it doesn't really help me. So I'm thinking back to like maybe the Bournemouth game, but that's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
We don't concede a lot of goals like we've all spoken about before. And you mentioned the Luton game. So I'm thinking, okay, this is looking a bit dark. And what I felt was maybe the biggest issue. Anytime we do get them chances to drive forward, and I see Rice run into space or something, we don't really have electric wingers like that, or even a forward today. Because Jesus is his skills are not running in behind and
He's
just
a
being
technician.
You know what I mean?
Link up
So
now,
we get the ball on the wing and then maybe go backwards a bit and try to start again. But by that point, United have regrouped. And again, you guys defended really, really well. So I'm thinking, long day. We make all the subs, like you mentioned. The clock is ticking and I'm thinking, I'll be real. When you can just sense that the result is not happening. Like, it's 2-1. There's other games where I felt like, okay, minor, we'll just score a quick couple goals, no problem. This game didn't really feel like that.
Am I wrong in saying it's because you haven't been in those situations as well, where you've really had to make a comeback? A lot of times you've got that iron curtain of defence,
Sure.
and therefore you haven't really had to almost like go gung-ho.
Sure. But there's just certain times, like, for example, when we went away into just a few days ago, even though they quickly equalised, I kind of had my feet up. I'm comfortable, like, fair enough, it's San Siro, big respect. You've just scored a great goal yourself. But the way that we were playing, you can just sense it, that you're going to get another.
It gave you more confidence.
Like, I know we're going to score more goals regardless. Whereas here, obviously, Lamon's made some big saves, but I never really felt like there was another 20 minutes of us just peppering them.
Clear cut chances.
And I think a lot of it was so. I think Madueke, it's a weird one because today it's like. He was doing so many things well until the last bit, which is what everyone knows Madueke to be in general. But I'm sometimes thinking, okay,
how long are we gonna keep hearing this?
Now just
did say it in the last
No,
round.
because I'm not. But I know what he said, and therefore, but I'm not saying that's the kind of game. I'm saying where it could have been a chance had he just literally cut it back, but he runs off the pitch to the advertising boards. I'm thinking,
but this just a quick one on him. This is the problem though, because everyone knows how much I liked Madueke, right? When he first came Chelsea, very erratic, but he was a breath of fresh air in terms of taking players on. Because I felt like football's gone in a way where not a lot of wingers take man on. You had the Anthony's,
help your fullback and do whatever.
Sancho's.
Sure.
It's like, we need these guys back. Because back in the day, bro, growing up, I used to see guys like Lennon, you know what I mean, bro? I used to see like Maluda. I used to see flipping the guy that was at Wigan I spoke about him before.
What, Nzogbia?
Nzogbia. It was every team you could go through, they used to have direct wingers. So I was like, you know what? I've got time for Madueke.
Yeah.
But last season is the time when I sold my stocks. Because my thing was always, give him a run and he'll improve his end product, right? Let him have the game time. Broski. I saw this guy getting the game time, and every game is the same thing.
He's now 365 days without a goal or
no
assist,
goal.
by the
1
way.
year.
Over 400 days without an assist.
Or assist.
Over 400 days without
in
an
the league.
assist.
Oh, in the league. I was gonna say, because he's banged in a couple goals in Champions League,
in the league,
bangers.
but in the league, no goal, no assist for an entire calendar year. And when he came on, Saka got moved to the other side, and that was the part where I was like, you're trying to get the best out of your best players.
No, see that, but I'll be honest with you.
The thing was, I actually thought when Saka even went to the left side, he put one or two crosses in.
I'll be real. That's more about the
done,
result.
though. It should have been Martinelli who came on.
I agree.
Instead of Madueke, it should have been keep
100%.
Martinelli on the left, keep Saka on the right, exposing it. As you said, you wanted more wingers that were kind of a little bit more
I
explosive.
agree with you fully on the Martinelli one. That's what I was saying at half time on the show thing. I'm screaming Martinelli. Like, this is his kind of game where, again, we are getting in behind, but just not having that killer instinct. However, I would disagree with you on the Saka left thing. I understand, obviously, Saka is by far our best right winger, but he's happened a couple times now. I think it was maybe Atleti when we slapped their head, where we put Saka on the left, Madueke on the right, because Madueke is just not good on the left, right?
He's not good at all on the
you'd
left.
rather have someone that is at least competent and will get in the box a lot, maybe, win you a penalty or whatever, and have Saka who can be good anywhere, in my opinion.
How annoying is it though that you're
aren't up to the standards where that's a conversation that I feel like Arsenal fans are deliberately either avoiding or don't want to have discussion
what's so
about.
crazy? You actually spoke about this, I think, the last time you was here and got absolutely killed for that way. He was saying he wanted more from Saka, essentially. And I was like, I think that's fair to demand the more from your best players. And especially in a title-winning team, maybe he hasn't hit the ground running, but there's definitely a drop-off in compared to last year. He's now 13 games without a goal. Do you feel like there's a drop-off this year? Do you think today's performance just kind of is going off the same?
Before he goes on, shall I tell Sharky's excuse?
What's Sharky's?
Sharky's excuse was their team scores more goals, and so he shares the responsibility now. By the way, going into this game, Man United have scored Arsenal already scored 2 more team goals as a team than Man United. And Bremo, on the other hand, you look at his goal scoring stats, 20 goals last season. This season, Man United top scorer. Went AFCON as well.
And the thing is, just quickly, the thing as well is, like, I feel like in games like this, when 2-1 down, Dorgu scores, you look to your best players in moments like that where it's like, you know what? All right, tactic ain't working, system ain't working. We're going to give it to you. Get us out of something.
Get us out of it.
And I feel like today, Saka wasn't counted for, bro. I'll be real with you. And I feel like this season, there's a couple of times where you could say he's been consistent. And the thing is, he gives you a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, all the
but
time.
That's not what Saka is about to get the Supermax contract for. You lot about to time down to the biggest contract, be the highest paid player at the club. You want performances in games like this, and even better performances from what you see this season.
What's that Cam Newton video?
Go douche.
No, when he's like, when he's like, what did he say? And then he goes,
I like cookies.
Yeah, like the cookies one. He's like, yo, listen,
cookies.
Listen, we give that grace to young players. You meant to be our number one.
Yeah.
But you playing like a bum.
Yeah.
We need you to step up.
Yep.
We need you to step up. And that's Saka
I think there's like a reasonable middle ground to be had where I understand, obviously, the three of you are going to be naturally. I expect you to be.
Questions.
No, for sure.
I'm a Saka fan.
I'm not disagreeing with anything like you man are saying, by the way. Just to clarify, I'm saying there's going to be like a middle ground where people are saying he's a complete bum right now. He's doing nothing, whatever, blah 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 blah, whatever. Then there's the Arsenal fans that are, like you said, maybe making too many excuses or whatever. I agree. I think the numbers, obviously, from what we're used to, which was year on year, more goals, more assists. Even before his injury last year, again, the numbers he was looking at for assists.
He was good before the injury.
There were a lot of crazy numbers. Now, the numbers aren't there, but now also people are maybe going a bit overboard. I actually think today, I don't think he was terrible today. I'll be real.
I
actually think
it wasn't impactful though.
he was decent.
He wasn't bad.
You know what
but
it
he
is?
wasn't also impactful.
You know what it is?
That's the problem.
I hear you on that one, but at the same time, we mentioned Laman's incredible save. If he doesn't save that and Saka scores it, then we're not talking about like, oh, Saka didn't really have an impact. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as though he was like anonymous, hiding in the corner or something. The ball kept going to him. He tried to get his crosses in or get the shots off. He just, unfortunately, today didn't score. But in general, the wider convo, I understand, of course, there are some games where I'm thinking, okay, you do need to be scoring more chances. There's a few games where, obviously, I know there's some weird people that complain about, there's like in Arsenal there's like a beef between Gyökeres fans and Saka fans. I have no idea.
I've seen it.
I don't know. Obviously,
Give him the penalty.
I have no idea why. Like people, for all Saka's done, why are you guys running up for Gyökeres, bro? I don't understand personally. But that aside,
No, because they're talking about the times when Saka can see the pass and he doesn't do it. Like the cross.
for sure. But it's like I'm talking about the fans that like they actively now hate on the other guy.
Okay,
and they're like, bro, they both play for the team. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit too much. But I agree. There's some games where I'm thinking, okay, especially these recent games where we've won by like a goal or something and it keeps on being life or death. That's what I thought would be today. We'd win 2-1, but it's like life or death, hanging on for dear life. Saka does tend to maybe miss that last chance around maybe minute 80, 85. So for sure, his numbers could improve, but like, I'm not going to act like I'm disappointed in terms of the performances this season overall. I feel like his performances have quite been there, but I want goals.
The thing is though, listen, he's been decent this season, to put it quite bluntly. He's been decent. I think people that are saying he's been shit on that, there's been certain games where he's been dead.
He is consistent.
But in terms of like creating,
7 out of 10 consistent.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like creating for the team, he puts in good crosses at times and he whips it across the box. The finishing hasn't been there.
The finishing, the one that I would agree with, because put it this way, I'm sure, and maybe the people in the comments will say, I don't think there's many left backs this season that have enjoyed themselves against Saka, in my opinion. I think,
But the fact
for example,
that Luke
Cucurella
Shaw can enjoy himself in 2026.
No, but that's what I don't think he did. That's the thing. I don't think Luke Shaw enjoyed himself.
That's the thing, though. I don't think he enjoyed it.
Contained it well enough.
I think what it is about what it is. I think what we're trying to get at,
Obviously,
right?
Dogu helped him as well.
What
we
we're
have
trying
to
to
keep that in mind.
Yeah,
as well.
I think what we're trying to get
definitely.
out of Saka, right, is that his performance today for me was decent.
He was alright.
It was all right.
yeah.
But all right isn't good enough because you used to have Sanchez, bro. You used to have Alexis Sanchez. And
Yeah, but we don't have
you
him anymore.
Yeah, but
So-
that's the point. That's the point I'm getting at, bro.
He's saying
It's
that's the
like
barometer of player in terms of difference.
the X
making.
factor. Yes, I'm talking about a player that can just make moments happen
the team
after
on his back.
moments. Yeah, and just carry it, bro. Because when I look at this Arsenal team right now, right? Let's say you had Sanchez in your team, you would comfortably say he's gonna take us to the league. I've asked so many Arsenal fans, even last time, bro, is Saka gonna carry you to the league? Guys are hesitant to answer it. But then when it comes to, is Saka world class? They tell me he's world class. So if he's world class, why are people scared?
I
Why
think-
are people scared to say he's gonna take us to the league? Because I've seen Foden do it, right? I've seen Eden Hazard do it for Chelsea, bro. I've seen Haaland do it for Man City. I've seen the likes of KDB do
Salah.
it. You know what I mean? Salah do it. Yeah. This is the conversation that man needs to be in because if you're gonna pay man over 300 racks a week, you're talking about no one can come in on more than this guy. He's our franchise player.
Sharky said he's on the same level as Lamine Yamal.
He's on the same level as Lamine Yamal. People are
That's
still
out of Sharky's mouth, by the way.
people are still telling me that he's better than Olise. Then I'm sorry, if you're gonna put him on that platform, he has to rise.
That's
He
the
has
problem.
to be the go-to
I
guy.
agree
The
with
rising
on that.
thing- the one
Because
thing-
you
the one
can't
thing
put
I
him in
dis-
those conversations and he doesn't do
Doesn't
those
do
players
The
are
one
doing.
thing I disagree with though is Alexis Sanchez, in my opinion, is probably like the best Emirates era player so far. So
That's my point.
but that's the highest he can possibly be. So I'm not saying like he's better than Alexis. Of course,
Alright,
he's not better than
forget-
Alexis.
But that's the point.
But
That's
maybe
the
I
point,
get what
though.
you're saying.
Like a lot of people are maybe
Yeah.
you're making arguments
Alright.
about people what they said on Twitter or something.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
I am
no,
not.
this is the
But
This
he's
is
saying in
conversation.
comparison to all those other players as well that
This
he's
is-
mentioned, not just
But forget
Alexis.
him.
But I don't think he's on Alexis's level. So what am I supposed to like?
but
what am I
you're
supposed to say?
missing the point, though.
Just for a second.
Go,
Just
go, go,
forget even those players that
Go,
he just
go, go.
mentioned. Let's just look at today's opposition and Bremo on the other side. And Bremo on the other side, because this week Arsenal fans were offended that we're even having a conversation between Bukayo Saka and Bremo. Why? Why are you offended? This is a legitimate conversation. Who's the better player out of the two of them? Because one player this season has scored against Man City and won, scored against Liverpool and won, scored against Arsenal today, won, scored against Tottenham,
Scored in all the big
didn't
games,
win,
yeah.
but it's true. But he's scored in every time. He's been our best player. He's been our top scorer, and he's delivering in every single big moment.
And
That's
the
what
thing
you
is,
want.
But hold on a minute
Yeah.
though, because I hear what you're
And
saying.
it's a 2 year
And
gap. It's a 2 year age gap.
Hold on.
Why be acting like one's 31
Hold on.
and one's 20?
I wasn't a
You know
Buemo
what?
fan.
Mbeumo looks old.
That's what it is.
I wasn't a Buemo fan. I still am a Buemo fan. I think he's a really good player. But why is it you're comfortable saying that now when 2 years ago the barometer for Saka to be called
Yeah.
was always changing? Oh, you haven't done it against a big team? Okay. You haven't done it in Champions League?
Yeah.
Okay. Champions League knockouts? Okay. And Buemo hasn't even played a Champions League minute.
Okay,
but how come now we're allowed to
but
say that?
that's-
Do you know what I mean?
No,
though?
but that's the.
Like, I think that's a fair thing to say.
It's
That was
fair,
cheeky,
and
that was cheeky.
No, because
I know he's right. No, but he's right.
He's
Because
right,
I
though.
had
He's
this
right.
We can't
conversation-
suddenly
but
say
I had
that.
this conversation with Shark.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but
Shark
just-
said the same thing. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of alluded to exactly what you're saying now, and my response was simple. The trajectory of Mbeumo's career, unfortunately, is not the same. It's like Salah started from Egypt to Basel to Chelsea, then to like Fiorentina, Roma, then eventually breaks out at Liverpool. Like the trajectory, some people are blessed that once they made it, once they come onto the
17,
picture,
18, they're in
like
the-
Bukayo was from Arsenal
For
Academy
sure.
Yeah.
to Arsenal first team. This guy went from French to the second division to Championship to them coming up with Brentford in the Premier League, and now has finally got the stage for him to now see the player that he is, and that's why for me I just look at player A and player B. Who do I look at and think this is a better player? Right now, I look at Mbeumo and I just think he offers a lot more. He's more direct, he's stronger, he's quicker, he's a more of a goal threat. That to me is the
let me
better
ask you
player
then.
than Bukayo.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So
Yeah.
let me ask you then, yeah? Do you believe that Saka's peaked? Do you think
No.
you're ever gonna see a better Saka?
Yeah, I I do. Like I'm not.
I think he will get better.
Yeah,
I think he'll get better.
I think there's
this
potential
is what
for
I
him
mean
to
about
get
we're
better.
going too far. Like,
Yeah.
has he peaked, bro? Like, is it-
I'm just asking the questions.
Okay,
I'm
so-
asking the questions.
Okay, so
Because when
I've said yes. Now, do you think he's peaked?
I don't think you're gonna see any better than what you've seen from him, bro. I'll be real. I think
Do you guys agree with that?
I
Do you
just
guys
don't.
agree?
I don't.
Be honest, on anything. Do you agree with that?
I don't. Let me explain why.
This is why we're
Let
going
me
that
explain
too
why.
far
Let
now.
me explain why. Let me
Because the
explain
thing
why.
is,
Yeah.
even if, because my issue with him is, he needs to get back to the level even of last season, the year
So
before.
we can say
if he
that-
can, and if he can maintain that level for 6-7 years, whatever, there is no question about
Yeah,
his
So,
ability.
wouldn't
But
you
it's
say
the
this
fact
is
that
you
lot
an
was
off
so
year
comfortable.
compared to having
Yes.
3 or 4 great years? If it was like, oh, he had one good year and then it's now this, it's like, okay, ooh, was that a bit of a lucky year? He's been doing this in a dead Arsenal team to start with.
But he's coasting.
No. The reason, I think the reason why it's being highlighted now is the fact that this title could have, if you lot throw this away, this will be looked at as like, hold on, we should have had this wrapped up by January.
Yeah.
And you will, that will be one of the moments where you look back as like, all right, who didn't really turn up this season? And you don't want it to be your best player who you're about to offer a supermax contract. He didn't really carry us that little bit extra. But
hear me out. I don't disagree with anything you've said. I'm just saying there are some of the points that are being made. I'm like, we're going overboard.
No, we are.
Saying it's peaked. I'm like, come on, bro. I get the little hate. But like saying it's peaked.
I'm coming from a hating side.
Let me explain the point I was making. Let me explain the point that I'm making. I'm talking about when I watch how he is as a footballer, his style of play, right? Let me explain his strengths. Saka's very strong. He's a physical guy. It's hard to get the ball off of him. When he pins you, you ain't getting the ball, right? Very good crosses and that. He knows how to put in a cross. He knows how to run past the man and cut it back, right? He's got that in his locker. He's very efficient in what he does. But when I'm talking about peaking, I'm talking about just having even more to his game. When I'm looking at the likes of Olise, for example, or Yamal, when I watch them and I see the things that they do on the pitch, I'm like, yo, these guys have just so much variety to their game and how they create, how they go past players,
I'll let you finish, but go on.
how much skill they've got on the pitch. Whereas with Saka, it's like his things. He's a good player. I'll be real. He's a good player, but I've never put him on the same levels as the Olises or the Yamals, just in terms of how he plays, right? And that might work for him. That works for him, cool. But I don't see him going up another level to what we've already seen. I think the best Saka was when he first broke through, as in obviously he made it at left back and whatnot at the beginning. And then the first season when him and Martinelli were doing a mad thing, that season when him and Martinelli were doing a mad thing.
I'm letting you finish your sentence. So the best Saka is when he started at left back.
Sorry. No. I'm saying
just to clarify it before.
No. Let me rephrase. The best Saka I've seen is the first season you competed and the year when you came back from Dubai. Yeah, and then probably last season before he got injured, he was very good as well. Because I was even saying.
So basically, every season except this season, you said the first title race was the best. The second one and last season as well. Yeah, but so you're making my point for me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying.
How can his best season be all the 3 seasons?
Yeah, but you're missing the point, bro. I'm saying even when I was seeing him in those periods, I was still rating Olise and Yamal when he broke through ahead of them. That's the point.
I'm not here to speak about Olise and Yamal. You mentioned the Saka thing. In my opinion, I think this season. Now, granted, the goals, I agree, finishing hasn't been up to scratch. I would say he has added to his game this season where I think, again, I mentioned the left backs where you can talk about sometimes if Cucurella does this or someone's left back does this. This season, every left back that I can think of has struggled. Why? Because normally, maybe you can predict it. He's going to cut in, left foot whip. Now, he's going down the byline at times. He's cutting in again. He's beating a man. He's going inside, doing a little trick here and there. I think this season, when it comes to beating his left back, he has improved and he has deepened his bag. It's the finishing that is the issue. So when you say Saka's the same player as this, and I disagree with you. I think this season he developed more of a bag when it comes to taking on his man.
Yeah, but we've seen Saka take on his man for years.
No, but it's more predictable. You could say where it's like more unstoppable.
There's more variety.
Yeah, more variety. Like now, you never know if he's going to just go down the byline and whip a right foot cross or
that's the fair
go
point.
with a left foot. That's something that wasn't happening as much.
And that's what I've been saying. And that's what I've been saying. I've been arguing with some Arsenal fans who've been saying he's shit this season. I don't think he's been shit. I think he's been decent. You know what I mean? I just think he's been decent. That's it.
But you just want more in terms of X factor.
And I think more, exactly. Arsenal fans will get offended when he's thrown into conversation with like the likes of like Doué, Olise, and they almost act like.
No, but Doué's taking the piss away, man. Doué's taking the piss.
You know what it is? He's
doing it right. Doué's cold. No, Doué's cold. What are we doing, man?
I hear it to an extent because.
What are we doing?
No, but hear it out. Well, the thing is with Saka, there's 4 or 5 years body of work. There's international tournaments. There's individual standout campaigns, and I hear it to a degree because sometimes they'll be like, man will have like a hot 6 months, and then it's like,
let me add to that.
That's where it gets frustrating.
Please, because for the longest time in Saka's career, right now you mentioned Yamal, and I'm not going to act like Saka's on Yamal's level. But for almost Saka's entire career up until the last year, we've seen names get dashed at him, and he's breezed past them. The whole thing started with Saka and Brandon Williams. Where is Williams now, please?
Williams.
Bro, hold on. Forget
and it was always other players.
No,
I'm starting there.
Brandon Williams.
That's Listen. This is what I'm talking about. I'm starting from there because every season we're hearing random names. We can add Kulusevski if you want. There's so many players that have been compared to Saka that sounds disrespectful because they play good for like 3 weeks and suddenly all the media outlets and people on podcasts, and rightfully so, do your hating gimmick, I fully hear it. Oh, is he better than Saka? After like 2 games. Oh, is he better than Saka? Because one guy scores a hat-trick. So naturally, of course, people are going to get defensive about a guy that has, in their opinion, carried their club.
Yeah, but even if it's 6 months, let's say even if it's 6 months, do we hit a level that we haven't seen Saka hit, and that's
And what level is doing hitting now?
That's the point I'm getting
and that
at.
contributed
And what level
to
is-
them winning the Champions League, going on a treble-winning season. So I'm just saying though, even if let's say Lamine Yamal, for example, he has not been around as far as long as Saka, but everyone will tell you Lamine Yamal is better than Saka. Why? Because the levels he's shown and what he's delivered for club and country, we've seen it.
Week in, week out, and internationally. Due hasn't done nothing internationally.
Can I just say though, that the level he reached in those 6 months, even if those 6 months, January to when they won the Champions League in that treble season, I've never seen Saka hit the level that Dewey reached in that 6 months. I'm just saying.
And when it comes,
that's
when
a
it-
reality.
that's your
That's a
opinion.
fact.
and let's be honest
That's
now.
a fact.
Let's
You know what I mean?
let's be honest now, because I know your team. I know your team very well.
If I dare start hearing like Neto and stuff,
No,
please.
no,
no,
We'll move on from this. But you already know from March onwards, Bukayo likes to go on a hiatus, right?
Hiatus.
He might be on the pitch, but it's hiatus time, bro. Yeah. When you man need a top 4, hiatus. Yeah. When you man are in the title race, hiatus. You know it, and you're thinking right now. You're trying to think of something, but you know as of March onwards, he goes missing, bro. Every single time towards the end of the season when it's crunch time, the last 10 games especially, bro.
Could it be the opposite?
That
this year,
guy
though?
goes missing, bro.
Where
Yeah.
normally he has a brilliant season, and as you say, maybe March goes, this year maybe rest of the season ain't gonna be good, but all of a sudden March.
But he needs
flips on
to,
the switch.
bro. If he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. But all I'm saying is with
going off
Saka,
what we see.
with
There's
Saka,
nothing you can do to prove him wrong,
I've
because this
always-
guy still thinks Enzo's better than Rice. So there's nothing you can do to prove him wrong. Rice has been doing this how long?
Speaking
We're
of
not
which,
going to hear nothing.
Let's move to the midfielders a little bit, because
yeah.
Odegaard hooked on the 60th minute, and this is I feel like the fourth game now. Odegaard's
I have
been
to fight for my
hooked.
life. Yeah.
What do you make of Odegaard kind of this season in general?
It's a strange one as well,
He's one I feel like is like a, I don't know, Arsenal fans are split.
No,
How they feel
last year, and I think he would say himself, wasn't a good year whatsoever. This year, he started off well, but then I remember, and I was going to these home games, he kept on going off injured in the first half and thinking, bro, what's going on here, bro? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're playing well,
Fragile.
but then you get subbed off, and people wanted to see, Odegaard and Eze together. What does that look like? We never got to see, because Odegaard kept on getting injured. Then he came back from the most recent injury, and again, I'm like, ooh, he's kind of cold here.
even at the bridge against us in
Yeah,
the
and
league.
was it Newcastle? No, it might not have been Newcastle. There was another game where I'm thinking, Odegaard, you're back.
You look sharp, yeah.
And then the last 2 games again, I'm thinking, what's going on? And obviously that's the captain, and he does, a lot of stuff like off the ball and that. But I don't want my number 10, his best attributes to be what he does off the ball. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
like I grew up on 10s that you're creating
Dictated
chances,
tempo.
you're taking
Ozil,
long
Ozil,
shots.
bro.
Yeah, even before it was all these guys that you're just doing a lot more than just you're the first man pressing, like waving your arms like this.
Sounds
So-
like Gallagher, to be honest. Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go easy. But do you see now, when we start to stretch it a little bit, I mean, it's like the honest thing, yeah?
He's talking about
Man start saying, I hate Gallagher. No, because he still does.
No, I'm joking.
He still
I'm
does
playing.
make his incisive
Yeah, I'm playing,
passes.
I'm playing,
but
I'm playing.
I think my personal issue is maybe he just seems to get bullied off the ball a little bit too easy. And that's not what I like from anyone on the pitch,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. And there's sometimes where I'm thinking, there's a ball in the air. Are you going to go for that header? He does what I used to do in Sunday League, I'll be honest with you. Me, I used to play on the wing on Sunday League.
tryna
You know
back
the
into the
ones
player.
when it's like a goal kick and you pretend to go for it? I don't really want that ball,
you
bro. I
don't
know
want
I'm going to get someone's elbow. That's what he's been doing recently. So it's not ideal. Obviously, he did get hooked, and I think probably rightfully so in
Him and
this game.
Zubi at the same time
Bro,
as well.
that's disgusting.
It's
man.
mad
You're
because if
captain.
you looked at the midfields kind of before the game, your midfield's always been known as dysfunctional. It gets neglected. It's not being moved. And then you've got that midfield
But it's because
three
of the
Rice,
3-4-2-1
Zubimendi.
or whatever. That was
Yeah.
a bummy like midfield two. Like that was never good. Obviously with
But then
midfield
even
three.
Kobe hasn't been playing football for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
For him to come in and then that three to outplay that midfield three to the
But
point where two of them get hooked in the 60th minute.
He said it like just a moments ago where he was saying that Inter, he felt when they scored, he felt like it's calm.
We got something.
I had my feet up.
Whereas,
It was-
you know what? And that came down to the midfield because I don't even remember that there was a clip of Kobe telling Bruno that in the Man City game when we go into the final third, keep my
keep it. Yeah.
and that's exactly what we will do with them. And it's very rare that you see teams, especially this season against Arsenal, where they get into Arsenal's final third and they keep the ball well. Like they keep it calm, well. Like we're
they
not,
panic.
we're not rushing. We're holding the ball. We're playing. You see patterns of play. You're seeing triangles. You're seeing the ball moving. Teams don't really do that with them. And I think that played into effect because I think the players at times look confused. Also players, they're like, what the hell? Teams don't really do this against us. Where's this coming from? Do you know what I mean? So I think that played a part of like him feeling a bit uneasy because he's actually seeing an opposition team in the final third
That's
or in their
comfortable.
half,
That's comfortable. Yeah.
Taking it to them, yeah.
taking it to them.
Yeah.
And I tweeted this. I said, look, after the Carabao Cup against Chelsea, I said, Chelsea's second string team, yes, they also were the better team, but they gave, when they felt like, let's go for it, they were given that also team problem. And I also had all the big boys out. And I tweeted, I got the maddest backlash.
But do you know why? Do you know why you got backlash though?
And then you come at us.
Yeah,
You want teams to come at us.
Before you come in, let's touch on that as well, yeah. Because when I'm speaking, this ain't even a Twitter thing, right? This is when I'm,
Go on.
because I do pods weekly, bro.
Cool,
when I'm speaking to Arsenal fans, right? All I ever hear is, when you come out against us, this is what's gonna happen. When you come out against us, I'm like,
We came at you
I
today.
literally said this on Friday. I'm like,
But
bro,
do you think so?
I'm like, yeah,
I think we came at you.
I said this.
I generally feel like we were in control. Like when we had the ball,
see, I don't agree with that
we
part.
didn't rush.
I-
We had control. We took our time. We
Yeah.
made passes. That's how we end up even getting
I
the
think
Cunha goal.
I think
The Cunha
I think
goal
you
was
were on a
bang,
short.
bang, bang,
Yeah, but
bang,
they-
bang,
no, but the
bang.
thing is, though,
But at
they
that point,
say
sure.
it,
At the end, I agree with you on that point. I'll let you go in a second.
yeah, go.
Because it's the Arsenal thing.
Go, yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think it was. United were in control. Like in my opinion, I think we defended really well.
Composed, alright, composed.
And, okay, composed is
Composed
a
is
better
a better
one,
word.
right? And I'll get
Composed,
into
yeah.
the original
Yeah.
point afterwards about the you come at us or whatever.
Yeah.
I think. Initially, again, the first goal we can agree was a defensive mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
Second goal, hey, absolute
Absolutely,
banger
yeah,
right
yeah.
on half time
Yeah,
or whatever, and
yeah.
then last couple minutes, great goal. In my opinion, the reason why you got cooked for that is because the majority of times, and again, I don't think you necessarily came out, guns blazing or whatever, like you're trying to suggest that you did. I think any other game, Champions League, the reason why guys are talking about Arsenal going 7 out of 7 is because those teams go and try and play. Atleti, they get their head slapped. Bayern get slapped.
With the high line
Inter
as well,
get
though.
slapped.
With a high line as well, though.
I
We didn't
agree.
play with high- we played with a mid block. And when we got the ball,
that's what
we
I'm
pressed
saying.
You, I mean, when you got the ball, we pressed you in moments. We didn't rush up.
Agreed,
Just rush
but
out.
agreed,
You know what I
agreed.
mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying. So you're more. It's a pressing thing, but
Yeah.
defensively, you. It's not like you came out like guns blazing.
Yeah.
You're gonna send
No,
7-man forward.
I'm just saying when we had the ball, when the opportunity came, when we got possession, that's why if you look at the stats, it's even. Like we had just as much chance as you had. Like I think even when you look at possession stats, it wasn't much difference.
I don't have the numbers, but I feel like we had more chances. I feel like we had more chances.
We're actually going to wrap this up
So
with the
for me,
stats.
it was like the game felt even. But the reason why it felt
57,
even is because
43.
as comfortable though they were in possession, we
Yeah.
were just as we matched it. Whatever they would do, we matched it.
And I think that's fair.
That threw them off.
And the thing is,
That
just
threw
one
them off,
last point, because I know we're going to finish up, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, listen, Arsenal, again, they would rather play in space because we know they haven't really got a lot of players that can unlock a lot of low blocks consistently. I'm sure you can agree on that, right? But
Yeah.
I did say on Friday, because I did a pod, bro, I'm like, yo, you man, cool, you can say United, if you come out to play, they're going to hurt you, but they have players that can hurt you too.
They do,
And,
and I'm not
and if
saying
you
they
look
don't,
at
of course
if you
they
look at their attack, bro, they love playing on the transition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the only team where if you come out, that's it. 'Cause
No,
I can say that for Chelsea. You can
Facts,
say that for Man
facts. But
City.
he's
You know
saying
what I
that
mean?
after a scenario where we basically haven't lost like any games. Of course,
Yeah,
they're
of course,
going to
of
make that
course,
point where
yeah.
every team that necessarily has come out to play, in general, 99% of the time has got their heads packed in. So of course, people are going to get offended
Yeah.
when you say that. But
Yeah.
obviously, I
I
understand.
get what you're saying.
Nah, I hear you.
Just
I
to
hear
wrap
you,
it
bro.
up on some stats, Bruno Fernandes is the first player to provide 10 assists in the Premier League this season. As I mentioned earlier, Arsenal have now
Nothing
conceded
easy.
17 goals, which means they won't be able to break Chelsea's record. Harry Maguire's game by the numbers, 100% of his duels won, 9 clearances, 8 final third entries of passes, 3 out of 3 ground duels won, 2 fouls won as well. Immense
He was
performance.
brilliant. He was brilliant.
Charlie told me that Mosquera starts ahead of Maguire for Man United. I'm just putting that out there because I'm just saying the statements that Amanda are making.
Is
This
Did
Sharky's
Maguire's
out-
contract finish, or did he get a new one?
I think we have an option to trigger for 1 more year.
I'll
I
keep
believe.
it.
I believe.
I'll personally-
You probably
I'll keep
will.
it.
You probably will.
I'll
trigger
keep
it.
it. Yeah.
Patrick Dorgu has now been directly involved in 5 goals in his last 7 games, 3 goals,
Yeah.
2 assists. And
So he's got one goal less than Saka in the Prem.
Yeah.
Mad thing.
Why are you looking at me like that, fam? No, it's cool, it's cool.
Hey, listen.
No, like I said,
You-
it's
you-
I
you-
feel
you-
like-
you-
I mean,
I feel like- I feel like-
we've done for almost an hour, by the way.
I'll be honest, it's on cheek, He was mentioning Enzo, but Enzo will be your highest goal scorer right now in the Prem. You know that?
He doesn't play for Arsenal, so
It doesn't matter though, but he's got 7 goals. He'll be your highest goal scorer, and so will João Pedro, bro.
We will be coming to Chelsea very shortly, but before we go to Chelsea, let's go to the South Coast, shall we? In Bournemouth, where Bournemouth won 3-2 versus Liverpool. Liverpool are now winless in their last 5 Premier League games. Wow. After going on a little bit of a stretch where they looked like they was coming back and getting it together.
Someone came back in it.
What did you lot make of that game?
John Cena said it best. My time is up, my time is now. That's what Xabi Alonso's screaming right now. Your time is up, my time is now.
Is it the end of the road for Arne Slot, you think?
It's coming.
It's coming.
I think the fans themselves have turned on him, man. When Liverpool fans turn on the gaffer, that means like they've really had enough because they will ride out for him even if he's been meaty. So
He even said something midweek as well where almost it felt, I don't know if it was a dig at the fans, but he was kind of reminding them, look, they've only won 2 titles in their last 31 years. I wasn't aware that I was under pressure because they haven't won that many titles, and I brought one in my first year.
Like he's Mourinho or something, bro.
Yes, that's it. I was like,
The Dutch came out.
this can go one of two ways.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then you go and lose the very next game to Bournemouth, who, to be fair, last time they played as well, earlier in the season, if you remember, it was a close game as well.
That was
But
when
they-
that wheelchair fan came in on the racist thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And that
Emmanuel,
was,
Emmanuel packed him in.
Yeah.
And then they came out last one, turned it around. This one, they couldn't quite turn it round. And this was the first game without Semenyo as well for Bournemouth. So big loss for Iraola.
Can we talk about your countryman? Are we allowed to talk about him?
What, Van Dijk?
Yeah, can we
I
talk
mean,
about
we
him?
could-
'Cause that was a disaster
We
class
absolutely can.
performance. I don't care if he scored at the other end. He scored because he was in debt. He had to pay his dues. So bro, that first goal was horrific defending.
Bro, tried nonchalant gimmick.
and it almost knocked Gomez out clean.
You see his
Bro,
interview?
hey.
You see
He
his
said
interview?
it
I
was
can't lie,
because
I
it was
can't-
windy. He couldn't really gauge.
That's disrespectful. You can't say, bro, that's disgusting.
The height of the ball.
Come on,
It's
man.
windy.
It's windy. It's mental.
No, you know there's Storm.
It's windy for everyone.
The thing is,
It's windy
you know
for everyone.
Storm Ingrid.
Yeah.
Storm Ingrid coming through the south coast.
Storm England, no, bro.
Ingrid.
There's
literally
literally
Hagrid. That's
No,
what I'm
it's
saying.
Storm Ingrid. Apparently, there was loads of high winds in the
Yeah, but
south
I'm
coast
saying
of
it
England.
affects everyone. On the
It
pitch.
affects everyone.
Because Evan Nelson was fine when he banged it in. Evan Nelson was calm, bro.
Calm, bro. Like, he had a disaster class.
For all 3 goals, would you say he had a big part to play, basically?
Yeah.
Because even with Jimenez, that was similarly a ball over the top again.
Damn.
And then
And that final
Adli,
goal was just a joke.
it was just
it
like a
calamity.
scramble in
It
kind
was
of
a
the last.
calamity. Yeah. He's been sus this season. Obviously, he's lucky because Konate
Was
has
even
been
worse.
An absolute clown. He's been a clown.
That
this
guy's
season.
checked out. He's
That's
checked
the
out.
only way. That's the only way to describe it.
But check
He's
out to
been-
where though? Madrid don't want him no more, bro.
Madrid had to come
But
out.
maybe we'll go back to
Oi,
France.
I've never
Marseille.
ever seen a club
Lens.
publicly come out and say, "Yo, we take back our interest.
Yeah.
We are no longer interested in this player.
so
Man,
whoever said that, we're
want
lying,
that guy.
bro. We're
Keep
lying.
him there.
You know,
Bro.
it's about Liverpool, yeah. Like, what do they need to do to change in order to actually start to create better chances
The
now?
worst thing is they were class against Marseille in Champions League.
Yeah, they were.
They
Yeah,
had like
they
the
actually
4
were
in
good.
midfield, and they were looking good.
It was like a box formation.
Yeah,
type thing,
and I get onto Szoboszlai a lot. I think he was good against Marseille. They've gone back to.
He's been our best player, in my opinion.
Yeah, he has.
what's
He has.
weird,
He
yeah?
deserves more.
He's been incredible. I can't lie to you.
very
But
good.
this is, I actually am interested to hear what you guys think as well because
Yeah.
I feel like Arne Slot has tried a few different tactics,
tried
a few
everything.
different methods,
Yeah.
and I'm like, surely that's what you want from your coach.
Yeah.
Surely that's what you want from your gaffer. Where when it's not working, to try and fit the best players, to try and get players firing. But it just seems like players haven't performed to that
Yeah,
level.
and the thing is,
but
they're gonna
then
keep on-
some of his substitutions have also, I feel like, negated sometimes in certain games when the momentum has been coming. That's why sometimes I feel bad for him because I'm like, he won a title in his first year. He's trying things every week to try and fix it, but it's just not working
And
out.
he's also had some bad luck with Isak as well.
And
yeah.
you could say with that as well. But
Is that bad luck?
because
Because he was mid the whole time.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Is that-
but listen, he hasn't had a good start.
Yeah.
He's been a flop. Let's be real. Yeah, so far he's been a flop.
Yeah, before the injury, he wasn't
But
great
you'd
to
rather
that
have him there than not. You
No,
know
of
what I mean?
course, but how is it
that's
like
my point.
unlucky like for him? That's you have to charge that, bro.
No, you have to
Many
charge
clubs would
it.
love to be unlucky to have 125 million signing or
Of course,
whatever.
but come on, you know that they're a better team if you've got Isak even on a bench. You know what I'm saying? Having an extra option there, bro. Like he hasn't kicked on, but personally for me, I kind of looked at Liverpool having a much better second half of the season, and I'm confused as to why Rio doesn't play more.
I like him a lot.
Because you know it's not like
when he came on, he was electric,
And he always
Yeah,
has
but-
been from.
every time he does.
straight out I knew him as well. You
And
know
I
what
think
I
that's the
mean?
biggest problem Liverpool fans have with Alonso is that he's fixated on this Gakpo guy.
But you know what the problem is, though?
Landlord, as they call
I
it.
definitely hear that.
Landlord.
But why all of it on Gakpo when someone came back in this game and he was even worse than Gakpo?
Oh, God
which is
damn.
so-
Did you
Which
see
is
that
true.
chance in the first half
Yeah.
when he went through on goal and
When he tried to
was
cut it
almost
back,
like
or the
typical
Yeah,
for
he tried
Salah
to pass.
to go for goal, cutting demon time, and he just tried to cut it across to Gakpo, and I was
Bro.
like, what?
And there was
then
a right foot
2 minutes
attempt.
or a few minutes later, Vert's got a similar opportunity, and they were all doing this kind of unselfish mode, and I was like, where are the killers?
Yeah, no one's taking responsibility.
Yeah,
That's
you Low-key, Verts is a strange one because obviously when we did like a stocks video a couple months ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to put my stocks in Verts because he had been so bad for the first few months. No one can even deny that. He's been much better, and I think he was good. I think he was good against Bournemouth as well. The only issue for me, again, low-key, first half, the link up between him and Salah, I was like, okay, that's kind of cold, I'll be real.
Yeah.
But then the end product, he kept on fizzing through balls to the advertising boards again. I'm thinking, what's going on? He looks between his own box and maybe like the other box, that third there, he's looking cold.
Incredible.
But then he gets to like the last bit,
final third.
and I'm thinking, bro,
Decision making.
This ain't the Verts that I was seeing beforehand.
They've got serious problems in their attack.
Structural issues, I feel like.
Serious.
Imbalance.
Do you also think them missing out on Guehi is like a big loss because he was pretty much guaranteed to move there in the summer? You look at their defensive issues. Gomez went down injured in the first half. Konate is obviously out. Van Dijk, bro, he's 34. There's only so long you can be reign supreme. But that centre-back area feels like it's been a real kind of big problem for them. Obviously, Kirkes didn't really have the greatest
He's improved a little bit.
as well.
Yeah,
he's improved over the last
slightly. Yeah.
I think since 2026, basically,
Yeah,
he's improved. But had one of those games again where
Jimenez cooked him.
how did they address this moving forward now? Because I feel like they're not gonna sack him. If I'm being honest, they're probably see it out for the
tonight,
season.
you know? There's been rumors floating about tonight that boy, the sack could be coming, man.
Do you think he's deserved it?
I don't. It's harsh. It's weird
Because as Liverpool fans, they will have the frustrations of they got almost sold a dream of this standard, and they were expecting this season with all the money spending. I understand their frustrations, but from outsiders looking in, let's be objective.
I'd say this on a fair one. I think when you win the league, no matter if people say it's lucky or fluke or whatever, I think you have a grace period, no matter what. Then it's about asking yourself, okay, what amount of failure is like realistically acceptable? A bit like, for example, you know Ranieri when he won with Leicester. Naturally, you got the keys, bro. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But at what point do you say, okay, you're kind of buoying it a little bit now, like, bro, let's see what's going on. And so I think for Liverpool, I'm not Liverpool fans, I don't know, maybe they'll disagree with me. I think if they get knocked out the Champions League, then it's like, okay, cool. Our season's done now. We're obviously not in a title race. Slot, thank you for the memories.
But the thing is, wouldn't it be smart to like do it now where you can actually bring a different voice? You know what I mean? I feel like with Xabi Alonso, for example.
I agree with you, but I think in terms of fairness, that's what I'm saying.
But I get it.
For them.
He has had, listen, he won the league last season, so naturally he's going to have more credit. But it seems like nothing's really changing. Like Fuad has said already, bro. He's tried so many different things. Maybe it's time for the players just to have a different voice. You know what I mean?
He's a victim of his own success.
Yeah.
And he's not the first manager it's happened to. Even I go, obviously it's not the same, but I go back to Ten Hag, for example. He exceeded, because no, it's true. Because Ten Hag in his first season, I don't know why everyone hit it.
He came second that year, innit?
No, Ten Hag.
Where's he going?
I don't know. I'm going to say it because he's a victim of his own success. Because once you've tasted a bit of success, people hold you to that standard.
Yeah.
So when Ten Hag came,
You have to kick on from here.
At a low point where we finished 7th under Rangnick, and everyone was talking about open heart surgery, how we need to be patient with the next manager. He came in and in his first season ended a 5-year drought of not winning a trophy and got us straight into Champions League football. Finished third that season, right? 2 finals as well. We lost the FA Cup final, but he won the Carabao Cup. So 2 finals and Champions League football. So he exceeded what the expectations were for us in that season. So now, when you're going into the next season now the expectation is either you do the same again or you go more, which is challenging for the title.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, regardless of how it went, he went the opposite direction. We ended up finishing 8th. We won the FA Cup and that was his saving grace. That's what salvaged it for him. And then he got the 3rd season. But he was close to the sack. Everyone knows how close he was sacked. There was talks about him being sacked the day before the final. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying there is no grace because you end up, whatever standard you set is what people are going to hold you to.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Arsenal won the title in his first season. He's then spent however much money you're getting. Isak, Wirtz, Kirkes, for him, all these players, they're saying to him, yo, we need to go back to back. The expectation was Liverpool, we're going to say everyone, probably most of us on this table also said, Liverpool favourites to win.
You know what though?
You're far from that.
You're spot on though, because if you deep last season, right? I thought first half of the season slot, like Liverpool, they were brilliant, man. But I used to watch their games, I'm like, yo, like the way they playing, it's really, like I like what he's doing. The in-game management's really good. But then second half of the season, I thought their performances were a bit up and down. You know what I'm saying? I thought, okay, when they ended up winning the league, I was like, you know what? They actually won the league for me in the first half. I thought the second half of the season, their performances were dropping, you know.
dipped, yeah.
And if you remember, start of this season when they were winning those games, we were saying how sustainable these performances because they're getting the last minute wins, they're getting the W's on the paper, the results, but their performances are actually quite alarming. So what's happened now is that these performances,
Catched up.
it's caught up with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're
up is
really
crazy.
They're really.
Caught up.
Man said catched up. And now they're
I was trying
really.
to let it go, but my brain was saying, I gotta say something.
They're really,
crazy, though.
they're really
It's crazy,
struggling.
I can't lie.
They're really struggling to get out of this rut because I'm telling you, when I'm watching Liverpool nowadays, I always say to my boys like, "Yo, I don't even know what your style of play is." Right? I watched them against Fulham the other day, like when Harry Wilson was scored in that game, I think, and obviously they scored a banger. Reed, sorry. I'm like, yo, like, what is your style of play? I watch you lot, and it's just dead to watch. It's boring, right? And again, the same thing happened again the other day. So for me personally, I just feel like Slot has taken them to where he can get them to. I think the players themselves, they kind of look like they've kind of checked out with his style. They don't really trust him anymore. I think it's time for a new voice, honestly, bro. I think that credit that he got from winning the league, how long can we keep saying that?
No, I agree with you.
You know
I
what
agree
mean?
with you.
How can we keep?
I
How long
fully
can we
agree.
keep?
I think
they need to change. I think Xabi Alonso coming in, just having that discipline, bro. You know what I mean? He needs to start to play real more often.
You know what's mad? I think
he
the
was
worst thing is,
struggling as well,
I do agree with in terms of the standard he set, and that's what he's being held to. But I think if he didn't have the summer that he had on top of that, that is where
That's
it's
where
like,
the pressure's coming
you
from.
have you have every manager's dream of having the checkbook open and saying, who do you want? We're gonna go out and get it. Oh, first target's not available. We'll get the second one, and then we'll get the first one as well. And it's like, yo, you have had all the toys given to you. Take us to the promised land. Instead, you've taken further steps backward. And I think, listen, it's harsh, but that's the reality of football management.
Do you know what it
Results.
is? I think it's a combination, though. I don't think it's like, even if Alonso was to come in, I think he was initially struggled because there's structural issues, there's personnel issues. I also think, yes, the aspect where Alonso could maybe be better is the in-game management, because I felt like also last season what won him the league initially
was the in-game management.
And this season it's been the complete
other way around.
Other way around. His in-game management killing his team. So I just think it's a combination of things that unfortunately the next manager coming in can't just come in and immediately fix it. He might improve some performances.
Yeah, but it's the basics.
But it's gonna be tough.
He needs to, bro. I've been saying the same. I said the same about Maresca. You said the same about Amarim and Carrick coming in. It's as simple as this, bro. Get the players enjoying their football again. Get the players enjoying their football again.
You're right.
Get the players enjoying their football again. Because I'm telling you, bro. There's times where you just, you know when you work somewhere, and you've just had enough of the manager. You're like, you know, I need to find a new job because I've just had enough of you, bro. Like, we've been through stuff, but I've just had enough. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I'm dying because it's like, I've been in this situation.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I personally feel like a lot of these players have just had enough of his style. They've had enough of his style. They don't believe in it anymore. Nothing seems to be working. Bring in a new voice. And that doesn't mean that they're going to now comfortably finish top 4, because I think they're going to be up and down this season. I think they've got too many problems, right? They've got no Bradley's gone now. They've got no backup on that right hand side. The guy they signed, the centre back, is injured. Leone's injured, right? McAllister hasn't been great. McAllister had a very good game at the Emirates, but this season he hasn't been great.
He's been terrible.
Salah is on the downward spiral. Now I'm actually seeing a lot of them saying, yo, he needs to be benched, right? They've got so many different problems, but they just need someone to come in, stabilise them, get them into top 4. Because, bro, Man United now, Chelsea, picking up a little bit of form, they could start to drop. Aston Villa there as well, bro. There's no guarantee they make top 4, you know.
So mad.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Win a title and within like 8 months, everyone's
That's
like,
football, though, man. That's football.
That's what happens, man.
It's
quick,
quick. It's
Especially in the
man.
Premier League now.
It's quick.
It turns around
Shout
so
out Bournemouth, though,
quick.
man.
Shout out Bournemouth.
Because all them men are like 5-4 and the long throws are killing everyone, bro.
I think they went 13 games without a win, and then now they're unbeaten in the last 4. Wins against Spurs, wins against Fulham, draw at Newcastle, draw against Brighton as well. So a couple of big games, and they've turned up for it whilst losing some of their best players as well with Semenyo. So fair play. Evan Nilsson, by the way, yesterday. Bro, he was a one-man battering ram. I love strikers like him.
Where do you man see him going, like, eventually? Because he will
Stay
leave.
there. Stop.
I don't think his
Every
level
time
is
a mid-table gets a decent player popping off for 3 months, we start saying, yo, where's he going? Bro, Evan Nilsson, you got it good over there. You're going to feast over there. You could become a mid-table guy. You remember Yakubus? You remember the Benjanis? We don't have any more of them because everybody want to dash them to top 6. We need mid-table legends.
It's a drought.
Of course, there's not enough
We don't have no more
levels.
Barkley's
Yeah.
men.
That's
Oh,
the
what,
problem.
There's not enough strikers in the world, man.
So you're happy with Moani? You wouldn't want Evan Nielsen at your club then, yeah?
Nah, stay there, bro. Stay there. You know what you're doing.
It's PTSD.
You know exactly what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing.
You know what you're
Good
doing.
shot for you guys though.
Who? Evan Nielsen?
For Nielsen, yeah.
Oh, bro, I'll take him. I'll take him.
Nice, a
I
good
think
striker.
You need a striker like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll take him, bro.
Well, listen, couple stats from that game. No player has scored more goals from outside of the box in all comps this season than Dominic Soboslai, by the way. He's having an incredible season. Liverpool have gone 2 goals behind on 4 separate occasions in the Premier League this season, and Bournemouth have scored more goals in the first 33 minutes against Liverpool than they managed in their previous 6 Premier League home games. Insane. And Arne Slot had a little quote at the end regarding Virgil van Dijk as well. He said, "It is safe to say that a few players ran out of energy. I can't blame them because 2 days since an away European game, I don't think it's completely fair for Van Dijk to get the blame for the first goal. I think you could see throughout the game how much of an impact the wind had."
Wow.
All I'm saying is that was other managers saying that.
Ty says it, they go
That was other managers saying that. We'd be here having a 1 hour conversation again.
He's saying that the Wednesday, Saturday game is not fair.
Yeah.
That's the first point he's trying to say. Like he's the only team to play Wednesday and Saturday. And then the second point is the wind that affects everyone on the pitch.
You know what it is with
including the
Slot?
fans.
Exactly.
I promise you, honest, like, obviously every big manager and anyone in general, they're not going to be a good loser. But I genuinely think he might be one of the most sore losers out of all the main managers. Because he always has that thing of like, I'm not going to blame this,
But I'm gonna blame it.
but I'm going to blame everything anyway. There's no
He's
excuses.
passive aggressive. He's
but
passive aggressive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all the reasons why.
Yeah. No, he's passive aggressive, man. Because when we talk about these legacy debates about the John Terrys and the you know what I'm saying, the big guys, the Vidic, the Ferdinands and that, they always seem to put VVD. Oh, he's the best. We haven't seen a better peak. You know what I mean, bro? You know
Wait,
and-
what are we doing?
Well, you know what we're getting with this.
He's one of them.
You know what we're getting with
He's
this.
one of them.
Wait,
Yeah?
so now we're gonna question Virgil van Dijk's legacy of a Bournemouth game?
No.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Let's not have that conversation because then this is gonna get nasty.
Wait,
Let's get
I'll get nasty.
Let's make it
Because you don't want to
nasty.
start bringing up,
let's make it
Rio
nasty.
never had bad games, Vidic, Terry never had bad games.
That's what I'm
Brother,
getting at.
Don't make me put together.
That's what I'm getting at.
Don't make me put the editors to work. I'll stop putting together 20-minute film comps.
They're gonna show me that one game, Vidic, where Torres came to.
Torres.
came to
Oh,
the
yeah,
house.
he's on, it's
That
funny.
one game, by the way.
Yeah,
and by the way,
yeah.
Torres
He
was
walked
one of
like a
the
ventriloquist.
strikers in one football at the time. Yeah, then they're gonna show me the Drogba clip from Rio. Cool. Like Drogba was
but that's
That's some big strikers that can't lie.
But
That's some big strikers. Meanwhile, Troy Deeney was
that's the point.
dragging his
That's the point
ponytail.
I'm getting at. That's the point I'm getting
Vidic and
at.
Rio.
Like a bug on the floor.
Vidic and Rio only had one bad game. Okay.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying.
don't do that.
You lot are
Don't do
turning a Bournemouth game to legacy chat.
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing here?
He's not on that level.
Bro, he hasn't been level this season.
Van
Van Dijk has not been on level this season.
Let me just say,
Nonchalant.
Nonchalant
let's just
vibes.
celebrate the fact that social media wasn't around when our goats were playing.
Yeah, but that's
Because
the point.
The conversations we're having now, we wouldn't be having. Some of you, man, you see,
You watch Premier League
Don't
years.
worry, you.
You put VVD as your number one.
I never
Bro,
said
his
that.
goal is
I
Ledley
did not
King.
say that.
Who's the goal? Who's the goal then?
Ledley King
My
got no
goal has always been
clips.
John Terry.
Oh,
John Terry has always been my goal. Don't do that now. No. Keep it over there. But you don't want to start having legacy chats. League game.
Van Dijk. So now you see how I'm feeling.
That one I'm comfortable. Van Dijk. Now if you say Rio Vidic, we can have
Rio's
Rio
better than
Vidic.
Vidic.
You know what I mean?
Rio's better than
better
Vidic.
than
Rio's better than Vidic.
You lot say that.
you're
Nah, listen, I understand you lot want to be on Vibe with 5 and all that. I respect it. You know what I mean? But he ain't gonna get you on, bro. He's not getting you on, bro. It's okay. Let's move on. Let's move on from Liverpool. Let's move to why we got to do this. Like, why are we talking about relegation stuff on the pod? Huh? Yo, alright. I guess we have to. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Burnley. 2-2. Romero saved the day. Last minute Dagat Van der Ven scored as well. I think Van der Ven is now the highest scoring defender in the Premier League with 4 goals.
Romero.
Van der Ven.
I thought Romero was the top scorer.
No, Romero.
They're not competing, bro. No one else is scoring.
And the first top goal scorer is Richarlison. Spurs are now winless
That's
in
a
their
dark
last
list,
5
you know.
games.
2026 who's got the most goals? Was Romero, right?
Yes.
It's him and Van der Ven.
We
Man
are.
for man.
Tottenham Hotspurs are now winless in their last 5 games. Prior to coming to this game, Burnley were winless in their last 13 games. Last week, West Ham, before playing them, they were winless in their last 10 games. Before that, were winless in their last 11 games. Spurs have linked all 3 of these teams. Dr. Tottenham, we call it. We'll see you now. and we are just basically if you are struggling, come and see. We're like charity, except we're charity ourselves. I don't know what more this manager can do to get sacked.
Yeah.
Because right now he's showing me he's Teflon Frank.
Yeah.
He's untouchable. First round of the Carabao exit. First round of the FA Cup exit. Champions League somehow were 5th.
No, they got first rounded in the Carabao. You at least got to like the round where everyone was involved, no?
No. Newcastle, first round, they bucked us.
But
They
that was
said,
like round 3 though,
"Sniff."
no?
No, that was our first game in the Carabao.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
third round.
they got knocked out.
That man got the Grimsby round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that man
got
got
knocked out before the rest of us entered.
They got a September game. Yeah.
Same team lost to today, though.
That was the Emirates team, bro. That was the Emirates team.
You know, deep down there, in his mind, he's thinking, I wish we played when Amram was here.
I do.
I know, they're fuming.
Of course.
And do you know what?
How come everyone else got to play that one?
That's the only thing right now keeping me going is seeing you guys do well. Because I'm looking at Mr. Michael Carrique.
Oh, he fixed
This is your audition for the main job you really
even
want.
laughing as he's
'Cause
saying
let me
it.
say
He's even
this.
laughing as
Now
he's
let me
saying
say this. Hear me out, because they're calling me crazy now. These guys, you think they're gonna be content with Carrick? Luis Enrique available in the summer. Tuchel available after the World Cup. Nagelsmann available after the World Cup. Xavi they've been flirting with. You know this is the Manchester United. The global institution, they're not going to sell for Carrick.
So you're not even asking.
They're gonna let him get his little shit off now, and then when the little Fulham and the
Leftovers,
Brightons
please,
and they
leftovers,
drop a couple
please.
points
You know
there,
what's killing me? You know what's killing me?
Experience
At the same
over.
time, he's trying to insult his own club. He's basically saying we're not going to ask
that's
them because
cool.
there's no point
That's
asking.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
He's saying.
take Carrick in the summer, and we're gonna
Nah, we'll give you
build a little
Fletcher,
something.
We'll give you Fletcher.
I think it's Thomas Frank time, man. There's a lot of injuries, bro.
Relax
Kulusevski
yourself.
has to pull up again. Do you know what I mean? Xavi Simons has to get a run of games going properly as well. I
Won't
think
lie, there's
when
a-
Madison's back as well.
Yeah.
I think Frank deserves time personally. I think given
Brendan
this
Johnson
season.
just
as well.
sold.
I think he does as
Brendan
well.
Johnson just sold as well.
How is he meant to deal with that?
Yeah, he can't.
I mean, what's his name? They should actually give him Andy Robertson.
Andy Robertson.
And Gallagher too.
The way they've given him Gallagher as well.
They were
Giving
saying
him
that the
Heitinga.
Spence penitentiary wasn't working. They had to go and get Andy Robertson.
How's Gallagher been getting on, by the way? 'Cause,
2026.
you know, I've been
How
seeing.
do you think Gallagher's been getting on?
Well, the way that he was getting on at Chelsea, bro, zero progression, just hella energy and running. You know what I mean, pressing, but hardly any quality on the ball. That's what he is.
He's had 2 games and that's all I've seen. Ask any Spurs fan if they've seen an improvement in their midfield.
Just running about.
We knew coming into this window, left back, centre mid who can actually get on the ball and dictate tempo, and a left winger who can actually play.
But I thought Doggy was beast.
Udogu is a beast, but the problem he has injury issues. So you need more than just one player. Do you know what I mean?
These guys
And we've
got more feeling
a
for Bissouma the other day, you know?
33-year-old, and this is the thing: we've had Bissouma who for 6 months has been bombed out of the squad. Got told, "Hey, you're doing balloons. We don't want you anywhere near us." To all of a sudden, we realise now we signed Gallagher. We ain't got enough funds to sign another midfielder. Yo, Bissouma, come back into the picture, bro. We need you to fix the same problems that you caused. The structure behind the building of this team is baffling, bro. It's absolutely bewildering. Like,
your club
Robertson getting
hurts
signed.
me.
Mind you, Robertson links came a day after we signed a Brazilian left back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the most random transfer news I've ever seen, by the way.
So random, bro.
I said, no offense. I hope he proves me wrong and ends up being some Marcelo. But who are these? We need to stay away from these. Because I did not know who this brother was, and I saw a comp and I said it looks cute, but I've seen 1,000 players look cute on a comp. Right now, you're gonna tell me he needs an adaptation period, probably needs a little loan spell to Porto. 2 years time, he's gonna be ready to be understudy. I need someone ready now.
Yeah.
And the problem is the manager I have in place now, I don't want him getting any more players.
Yeah.
Please stop signing. I feel like this club had 3 opportunities to get rid of Frank.
Yeah.
After the North London derby, worst North London derby in history.
Yeah.
We'd lost a couple of home games at that point. You could have said, you know what, we got this one wrong.
Yeah.
After Liverpool, right before January begins, it was you just lost a couple of honking games, and the Liverpool home result should have just been, you know what, enough embarrassment.
Yeah.
Then
West Ham.
not even West Ham, bro. The FA Cup exit.
Yes.
Then it's like you're out of all the cups. We're 10 days into January. We got 20 days. Let's, you know what, give another man a different voice and a couple of different players we need to address.
Yeah.
We decided, no, we're going to stick with this. And right now, we are 48 hours later after the Burnley result. He's still here. Bro, Osama bin Frank is here. And I can't get rid of him.
Boy,
I don't know what's happening or what we're going to do.
It's the package, bro. It's heavy.
Yeah, I
The
feel like
package
they
you want to
sort
pay
you
out is heavy, bro.
as well. They're telling you, it's just a squad. It's the squad. It's not a manager.
And you got a great away record, though.
They got. We have an inside agent as the CEO. Vinay. I can't even say
And
his
the gaffer.
surname. I'm not even going to try to.
Oh,
With the cup.
Vinay.
breaking news, though.
If it ain't Thomas Frank getting sacked,
I'll let you read it. I'll let you read it. I just see that come through now.
What are you talking about?
I'll let you read it.
Liverpool unwilling to sanction Andy Robertson move. Mashallah. Appreciate your Scottish king, bro. Yesterday he came on, Liverpool fans were singing. I said, yeah, bro, you need your replacement for Kirkes. We don't need him, unfortunately. I love Robertson. Great player. We don't need him. I like Gallagher. Good player. We don't need him. Sign players we actually need. Get a manager that can actually coach. Because that's the difference. Carrick has come in with the same group of players as Amarim had. They look completely different.
But that's why you need your legend,
I look at this. Yo, don't play games with me. Leave it.
Why not, though?
I've been working with you this whole podcast. Now you want to try to flip on me. He's been sacked from West Brom.
There's no rules in this pod, man. There's no rules.
No, bring me. I've said the only ex-manager I'm willing to accept, Harry Redknapp, 6 months. Let me enjoy it.
Harry Redknapp.
Nah, man. Let bro relax.
You're gonna see Nico Crenshaw lining up in the midfield today, bro.
Bring me Nico. Benoit Suikoto.
Xavi Simmons that bad, yeah? Xavi Simmons that bad. Xavi Simmons that bad. They're breaking for Nico Crenshaw.
Where's Eze?
We finished the off segment, mate. The off segment's finished. This is the first segment.
So what? Is he still playing for your under 23s?
I don't know, but I think he's still doing the coaching.
Yeah, that was insane. 37 playing for the under 23s. He scored some bangers though. Yo, listen, shout out Huddleston. Let me ask you lot though, away from me, what do you lot think Tottenham need to do to move forward?
First thing, sack the manager. I think it's as plain and simple as that. What do you think?
I think, like I said, keep it as it is. I think. Obviously, Frank has to go, man. Frank has to go.
I don't know. Honestly, that's the answer. I don't know. I don't know what what this institution is. I don't understand Tottenham. I don't get it. I don't get your recruitment. Thomas Frank is a guy that I said will actually do well.
Me
It's his
too.
level. You know what I mean? They've had the Contes, they've
I
had the
don't think
Mourinho's.
anybody prior to this season would have thought he would have done this bad.
Exactly.
I thought he was a good appointment.
Yeah,
As a second.
It's like everyone's. I just feel like the only way that you lot can get out of this rut, because Levy's gone now. You can't blame Levy anymore.
No,
you know?
that's what I said.
Yeah?
Vinay, we have an inside agent, Johan Lang, sporting director, Thomas Frank. I want all three
Was
gone.
he not
He's
responsible
not.
for
Yeah.
Arteta?
That's what I'm saying. He's not an inside agent. He was bad at Arsenal as well. He's not an inside agent, bro.
He was an
He
inside
was.
agent, bro. He was there during their worst period.
Yeah.
He got kicked out when Arteta arrived. When Arteta arrived and said, I need to get rid of the unserious first name on the
You're
list,
gone.
Vinay.
That's bad. He
was
can't be
gone.
an inside agent because he was bad here. You know what I mean? But if anything, he'll be more of an Arsenal hater.
No. He wanted to be good for Arsenal. He flopped. So he said, what's the best way I can serve Arsenal? Let me come here.
Oh, you reckon he's a beg? Fair.
100% he's a beg.
Brentford then? Is it the computers that are that good?
Let me tell you something, bro.
Thomas Frank must have sold us, bro. It might be the computers.
Thomas Frank has left. Where is Keith Andrews?
Yeah.
Exactly where Brentford were last
I
year.
think it might be the computers.
They've lost their
And they've got a clear style of play.
Computers are fighting for Champions League.
They lost their captain. They lost their top goal scorer. They lost their manager. Bro, they ain't missed a beat.
Yeah.
This tenure under Spurs has genuinely made me think Thomas Frank. It might not.
Yeah, but who do you
It
think?
might not have
Who
been
do
you.
you think?
There
Who do
was
you
a
think? Yeah.
structure.
Who do you think can come in right now? Like, what manager do you think?
He said
can
already
come
Harry
in?
Redknapp.
Away from realistically, that's not happening. right?
Realistically, I've said let Carrick do his thing. I'm watching.
No, but right now.
No, right now, though. If he was to get rid of Frank right now, bro.
Today, like, who would you bring in?
I'll be real with you. Why am I not gonna go and try for two gaffers who just lost their jobs recently? I'm asking the question to Xabi Alonso. I'm asking the question to Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, Alonso's not rolling. I can't lie,
But
man.
that's long term.
I'm ambitious.
If
If you don't like ambition, go home.
Maresca, I'm telling you now, yeah, listen, as much as this guy pissed me off, bro, you don't respect yourself if you go Tottenham, bro.
Guess what?
Yeah.
A lot of your ex-managers don't respect themselves because they come over here.
You don't
Your best ever
respect
manager,
You want to
bro.
stay living in
Your best
London?
ever manager
You
went
don't
to
want to
Tottenham,
move
I
your
like.
kids'
I know he went to
schools
Tottenham, but
from
bro, you went to
London
go pay the bag.
Florence or something.
And it's
You want to stay
a
in
day
London?
before the final. Yeah? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm telling you, right
What
now.
better way to stick it to Blue Coat than to come over here?
Let him go.
If he's a
Let
villain,
him
he would
go.
do that, to be fair. But the London thing is not
Bro,
bro.
let him go. But
Let company get the City thing. It's not for you. Trust me.
Yeah, but bro, if
you
Maresca's
go
trying to
City,
elevate
you're
himself.
just gonna be a placeholder. I promise you, Enzo. You come to Spurs, we make history.
So what, you think that's an elevation for him? He's trying to elevate right now.
I ain't talking about no elevation. Who said
I think
anything
he's
about
waiting for Man
elevation?
City, bro.
If Maresca's beefing with the board there, what's he going to be doing at
Exactly,
Uber,
bro.
bro?
Maresca's gonna bake off for now.
Frank Lampard.
I need a gaffer like that.
Yeah, but it's not gonna last.
Hey, Coventry cooking.
Maresca is gonna wait. Maresca's gonna bake off and
You
wait.
ask me which those two managers right now are available. Xabi Alonso is someone who I feel like tactically very good. He's waiting for the Liverpool job, clearly.
He's not coming, bro.
Now, here's the thing. If he does get the Liverpool job, give me the man that just lost the Liverpool job.
Yeah.
That's
We'll take Slot back here.
I'm taking
not
Slot
back,
all
but
day.
you were linked to him before.
I was linked with him before.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
is about?
What's Brighton your
So
on?
for me, it's Slot.
You were linked to Ten Hag before.
Slot is the one I would bet my house on.
Boy,
in all honesty,
yeah,
would he
man.
want to take it? I don't know. But for me,
That's not a bad shout.
I'm watching.
You're listening.
Similar
Yeah?
like Carrick, I'm watching.
yeah.
There's certain young man. Rosinha was one before he went Chelsea. I was
Yes.
like, I'm watching.
What about Oli for 6 months?
Moving on to the next game. Let's just look at a couple of stats from this game. Spurs are still without a domestic win in 2026. They've played Brentford, Bournemouth, Sunderland, Aston Villa, West Ham, and Burnley. This is insane.
That
honestly.
place ain't your yard, bruv.
Bro, it really isn't. It really isn't.
Dark, man.
That's smelly.
2 home wins all season.
Wow.
And you might love
That's
Wembley,
not
innit? When you lot was at Wembley, you used to win there.
Wembley,
Yeah.
Wembley. Oh, we loved Wembley.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
But this new one, and this stunted the Poch era by not getting money into that squad, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm lost for solutions now. I'm honestly lost for solutions with Tottenham. It's just. It's so mind-boggling, like talking about your club and all the problems. Like even with the Gallagher, like what is the thinking? What is the logic behind getting him? You've got Bentancur that can't progress the ball, but then you go and bring in a guy who can't progress the ball as well. For
Palhinha
what?
can't progress the ball
You
either.
have Palhinha, you have Archie Gray, you have Pape Sarr, you have Bergvall, you have Bentancur. You know what? My midfield needs creativity and someone who can control the ball. Let me just get another one of the exact same.
It don't make sense, bro.
It makes zero sense, which
And how
is
much was
why
it?
we are just as confused as you are. Our Spurs fans are sat there every week saying, what are we watching? What are we building? What are we doing? Because when we won the Europa League, it was meant to be 17 years, drought ended. Let's move forward. We said 2 steps back. So listen, this is Tottenham Hotspur in a nutshell, I feel
Facts.
honestly. Let's move on anyway to your boys. Went to Selhurst Park today and won 3-1.
Yeah,
They
man.
almost walked away with a clean sheet, but they left with a little something.
Yeah.
Esteval today, putting on an absolute clinic. But talk to me about that game. What did you make of that?
Yeah, man. I thought it was a real professional performance from the players, from Rosinha. You know what I mean? I was really happy to see a double pivot of Caicedo and Santos because I feel like there was so many games last season, well, under Maresca, where we could have played more of a pivot, like a Santos next to him, just to solidify the midfield a little bit more. But unfortunately, we used to leave Caicedo in an island a lot of the time, bro. You know what I mean? Whereas now, against the likes of Sarr, the likes of Mateta on the transition, Pino and these sort of guys, you want a little bit more stability. But what really stuck out for me today was that chemistry between those Brazilians up top, bro. You know what I'm saying? João Pedro and Esteval.
John Peter.
Joga Bonito, they were loving playing together. You could just see it, bro. And that's what I've been begging for this season with Chelsea because under Maresca, like the last few games, we started to become a little bit stale. You know what I mean? Where I'm looking at Garnacho and Neto, they don't really play how João Pedro wants them to be playing. They very much get the ball, cross it in, get the ball, cross it in. Was João Pedro trying to link up with players?
Yeah.
That's why you need players like Esteval, you need players like Palmer next to him, bro. And today, listen, we took the first goal very well. Esteval, bro, the way that he ran, the length, half of the pitch, right? People try to tell me, oh, he ain't got the physicality. Bro, he shrugged off Mitchell and, you know what I'm saying? Like, put in a very good shot, bro. And that was 0 backlift there as well. You know what I'm saying, bro? So very good goal from him. Obviously for the second goal that we scored as well, it was the link up between him and João Pedro.
Yeah.
Very good play from Chalobah, bro. I thought Chalobah today was excellent at the back. Him and Sanchez especially. And then for the third goal, again, it came from the right-hand side. Because him and Reece linked up. Reece
Steve.
overlapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reece crossed it in. Lads to Pedro. I know people are going to say, oh, it wasn't a handball. Bro, if the ball's about to go into the back of the net and your arm stops it from going in, it's a pen. You know what I'm saying? That's the rules of the game. It's going to be a penalty because you disallowed the goal. You know what I mean? So what we learned today...
Do you not think it was should have been given?
I'll be so real. Me and him were at the Emirates, bro. So
Oh, you didn't see the game?
I've seen highlights and that's it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've just seen highlights.
So today, bro, it's very clear, man.
I haven't watched Chelsea. That's what I'm saying.
fair.
It was...
No, that's fair.
Yeah, and they scored from a corner. I think towards the end of the game when Rosinha made all the subs. When Rosinha made all the subs, they were a little bit, it was like 3-0 up, a little bit complacent. Sanchez made a very good save just beforehand and whatnot. And to be fair, like early on in the game, Mateta, bro, that chance that he had from Banya Shield about, he should have finished it. You know what I mean? But Sanchez, again, I've got to give this guy props, man. I think
Most improved.
most improved player. You know what I mean? If it's honestly
In the
like,
league, by the way, not just Chelsea.
yeah,
I would argue in the league.
he's been good, bro. He's
In
been very
terms
good,
of a
man.
player who was rubbish last year and is actually good this year. Like, not just serviceable. I actually think in some games he's been very good.
But Casemiro.
Casemiro's
Nah,
been
man.
performing at this level, I feel like, for the last 18 months, where 60 minutes, you're going to get something.
Fair.
And then after that, he drops off. Whereas I think last year, if you said, what do Chelsea need to fix?
Goalkeeper.
Sanchez would have been one of the first problems.
Urgent.
This year, you're like, you know what, we could maybe last with him for another year or two.
Facts. You know what I mean, bro? I feel like he's just kind of simplified his game. He goes long when he needs to. He goes short when he
That's
needs
the
to.
thing. The overplaying has stopped. I feel like
it stopped from him. I think the shot stopping, bro. The man is. We've got 9 clean sheets this season, and it's not just because of our centre backs and our defence.
That's been very mishmash and disjointed, to be fair, your centre backs.
You know what I mean? Against Brentford, bro, he made some very good saves in that game as well. So I honestly feel like he's actually turned the corner, right? I've been kind of waiting, but from halfway through last season, I'll probably say from like February, March onwards, through to the Club World Cup, he got the Golden
You know
Glove.
what's mad? Have a guess how old he is. How old do you think Sanchez is?
27.
28.
Fairs.
26.
Yeah, he's 28.
But he's been
28?
playing
I don't know why I thought he was like 32, 33.
Is he 28?
Yeah, he's 28.
It's the Barley, isn't it?
He's been in the league for long.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
Bayern, he was at 23.
I don't know
Bro,
why I thought he was like
I'm-
32, 33.
I'm telling you, one thing I've always said about Sanchez, right, is take away the balls on mistakes. He can be a top goalkeeper because he has the attributes I like in goalkeepers. He's tall. He's a very good shot stopper. His distribution is decent. I wouldn't say it's very good. It's just decent. Like Reyes is levels in terms of the distribution. But like when he keeps it simple on the floor, he's good, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's actually started to believe in his ability now.
Can you do the impersonation that Elias does?
Which
Can you do it?
Hey, leave it, bounce with the ball.
You know, I've never heard him speak. Has he speak like that? Like in real life?
Boy.
I've never actually heard him talk, bro.
Talk like that, bro. It's just
you know what? It was a very good win, professional. You know, we've got West Ham at home next. We've got the likes of Leeds and Burnley at home coming up. We've got Wolves away coming up. So the next 3-4 games, listen, you man are above us this game week.
Yeah.
But we have fixtures coming up where I'm like, yo, this should be green.
By the way, this is the
I feel
first
like
time you've won. Just quickly, this is the first time you've won back-to-back since November, by the way, which is an insane stat in itself. But
First time we've won away since
Maresca
November.
Also, never beat Crystal Palace in 3 attempts.
Yep.
Rossini has done it in his first time of asking. What do you make of Rossini so far? I know it's only a couple of games in, but he's spoken on Carrick.
Yeah.
4 wins, 1 loss in the first 5 games. Are you kind of happy with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're still seeing a lot of Maresca ball in certain aspects of the game. I don't think it's going to completely change everything, but the main thing we've seen is that double pivot. You know what I mean? That's very clear to see. And I like the in-game management, bro. Like against Brentford, he went to a back 5 when we was up against it, you know what I mean? Just to solidify it a little bit more. Against Arsenal, he made some positive changes to actually go for the game rather than, let's just try and defend what we've got right now. You know, we're not getting smashed and we were missing our key players. He actually tried to go for it, and in the end, we're still in the tie. You know what I'm saying? Missing Reece James, missing Palmer and that. We're still in there right now. And then today, again, I thought the management, bringing off Caicedo on the booking, bringing off Reece because we've got Napoli coming up, bringing on Josh, bringing on Fofana, bringing on Gittins,
Managing the game well.
Managing the game well, bro. Like, I hate it where we're in this era where there's 5 subs and the managers are bringing on 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, at like minute 75 or something as well.
You know what I mean, bro? You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, yo, I'm using my bench as the game goes on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying throw them all on at once, but, you know, use your
Be
bench.
smart. Be smart about it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
So-
one tweak I've definitely liked as well is he's made the fullbacks traditional fullbacks.
Yeah.
Get up and down with the ball. None of this inverted and
Nah, but to be,
floating.
let me be fair. Let me be fair. Because against who did we play in the Champions League last? Our last game in the Champions League. Quickly check that, right?
Kyrak?
Paphos.
the 1-0.
Paphos,
Gusto
yeah.
was actually inverting into like the 10 position where
Stop,
Maresca
man.
was doing
That's
it.
why I ended up 1-0.
But let me land though.
I'm not trying to see Gusto in midfield
I know,
anymore,
I know,
man.
but let me land though, yeah? What Gusto actually said, because he got interviewed after the game.
Bro, it's
yeah?
exhausting.
It's annoying, right? But he got interviewed after the game and he said the difference between Maresca and Rosinha is Rosinha's giving me more freedom to go on the overlap, like you saw with Reece
Yeah.
today. Because first half, Reece wasn't doing that.
It was just. But when he was,
But
it
when
was
he
just
was-
overlap. None of this.
overlap.
I'm coming on the inside. 1-2.
Yeah.
Brother, get down the byline and get me some crosses.
Exactly. Kuku was doing the same on the other side as well. So it's like, you know, it kind of seems like it's giving the players a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
You know, Palmer right now, obviously,
And it
Palmer's not
stretches
bad.
the game a little bit more, so it's not just so condensed in the middle
Yeah.
as well, bruv. I felt like sometimes that was the one thing on the Maresca where it just felt like everything was happening in the middle of the park, and I'm like, fam, this is why your wingers struggle, because Garnacho and Neto will get the ball and they're just isolated, and
Yeah.
they're actually not good enough to be isolated as wingers.
Exactly.
And the fullbacks don't support them. The fullbacks are more supporting the midfield, but
Yeah,
I think it's
100%.
one of the few tweaks that I've actually like Rosinha has brought in so far.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And I think João Pedro, the past few games, to be fair to him, he looks like the João Pedro I've seen in the Club World Cup.
Scores bunches, doesn't he?
bro, he scores in bunches. But right now, again, like I said, he would be Arsenal's top goal scorer right now, bro. You know what I mean? So I think he ain't even been at his best. But for me to see the best of him, I feel like we need the likes of Esteval around him. We need the likes of Palmer around
Talk to
him.
me a little bit about Esteval. You haven't really touched on
He
him.
needs to start like every game, bro.
broski,
I don't
like-
understand why he don't.
Can we take the kiddie gloves off?
Yeah,
Can we
yeah,
stop
yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
30 minutes here, 20 minutes there? Like, he is your best attacker.
Yes.
Hands down.
Comfortably.
The entire squad.
Comfortably.
Including Cole Palmer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Comfortably, bro. I think. Listen, Palmer. I love Palmer. You know what I'm saying. But when I'm looking at Esteval and I'm just seeing the dynamism in his game, bro. Left foot, right foot. Right. He can play down the middle. He can play off the left comfortably. He can play off the right. He just has so much, variety in his game where he's so unpredictable for defenders,
intelligent
bro.
as well,
So intelligent, bro. And again, like I've said, we're starting to feed man the Wagyu now. He's getting bulky. Yeah. I met man at Baller Leagues.
Enough
He was
kids
there, he was
restaurants.
All I'm
You know
telling you,
what I
bro.
mean?
Yeah, all that kangaroo meat, you know what I'm saying? All the crocodile meat, he's eating it.
Chelsea's a good place for food, you know.
Yeah.
Chelsea's got some good restaurants down there, you know.
I'm telling you, bro.
Chelsea,
He's getting
Wimbledon
fed.
sides, yo.
He's getting fed, bro. And listen, I'm not the tallest guy, but Esteval's not short. People think he's short. He's like 5'10", 5'11", and he's still growing. He ain't even 19 yet.
Are you happy with the way they're like almost nurturing?
Coaching.
Nurturing him.
Because I feel like he's as the season
It's
going
almost Foden-esque.
Yeah,
Do you remember when Foden was first coming
yeah.
through of like, we're not going to give him the full reins, but we'll let him be involved enough.
Yeah, but
you can see
there's
he's
an
making
issue
a difference.
There's an
Yeah,
issue with
yeah.
that one though, because at City you've got the likes of KDB and these man.
That's the thing.
You're letting
That's true.
Esteval
That's
sit on the
the
bench
difference.
for Garnacho's chilling there doing whatever he's doing.
Exactly. Spot on.
Esteval's to be playing, bro.
But also from a tactical point of view, Neto and Garnacho when they're on, I understand it with the work rate coming back this way, but Esteval has shown recently like
You don't need both
he
of
can
them
be
two, man.
trusted to do the defensive work.
Yeah.
If
He can defend, bro.
He can
And
defend.
the
He
thing
can
is, like,
defend
I
still.
don't like this thing of babying him, like you said, Fuad, yeah, because it's like, this guy was playing in Brazil, one of the most physical leagues. Played over 70 games over there, bro. Yeah. He's not like we're just getting man out of the 16s or the 18s or whatever. And on top of that, he is gonna be Brazil's main guy in the World Cup. Let's be honest. Yeah. They were looking at my man the other week at the Emirates. He scored. They gave man the penalty.
Yeah,
for
he had
Brazil.
the keys, bro.
You
He
know
had
what
the
I'm
keys
saying?
to the whole team. Vinny and that are chilling there like, yeah, go on, man.
You know what I mean, bro?
Good
Like he's gonna play. If they win the World Cup, right? He's gonna play a big part in them winning the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? So I think second half of the season,
for Brazil.
he starts on the right.
Instead of what, Rodrigo?
Bro, Rodrigo, last game.
They got
when I
a
watched
lot
it,
of
I think he
players, you
started
know.
in the
They got
10th.
They got Rodrigo, they got Vinny, they got Rafinha.
Bro,
Rafinha,
Ancelotti loves him.
Martinelli.
Ancelotti loves him.
Why did everyone go silent, bro? Why did everyone go silent, bro?
Richarlison gets ahead of him.
He's actually
He's battling Igor Thiago, bro. That's what he's battling. Igor Thiago.
Cunha, see you there, bro.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. Honestly,
It's not Gareth. It's not Gareth, you know.
I'm telling you,
He got a
bro.
lot of talent up front.
The sky is the limit for Esteval, man. It's like we just need to make sure that it goes back to the ownership, bro.
Yeah.
They need to make sure that they're bringing in players who are ready to start and ready to win right now, because we can't have this guy for 2-3 years. We're not winning much, and then he ends up going to Real Madrid. He ends up going to a Barcelona, right? Because that would be a travesty, bro. You know what I mean? Like he should be doing that towards the end of his career, like Hazard. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if they carry on this thing of bringing in the squad players, replacing squad players with squad players, Esteval will be looking around and saying, yo, let me go somewhere that's more ready to win. You know what I'm trying to say?
Like Palmer.
If you want Palmer, 130 million minimum, bro, is untouchable. Yeah? Officially untouchable. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I don't have to explain
I
that.
heard
but
there's a clause.
I don't
There ain't no clause, man.
There's a clause.
Chelsea for a long time.
He ain't leaving. He's locked in. Death row, baby.
Too expensive.
Yeah?
Bro.
Death row.
150 million. 200 million.
I think he might be the first player where if this project keeps going the way it is, he could be the one that kind of kicks up a stink. But
Yeah,
in my
he'll force
opinion,
it a little
he
bit.
also needs to pull his finger out and start
He does.
delivering performances, in my
Let
opinion.
me just tell you something, man. Yeah, this season, don't forget. Don't expect the best of Palmer. It's not happening. He needs surgery, right?
The injuries are too much.
It's too much. And on top of that, bro, like he obviously doesn't want to get the surgery because the World Cup. Because the moment he comes back, he's not gonna get picked. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like man's trying to play through the pain. But bro, playing through a groin injury, that's so uncomfortable, bro. You know what I mean? Groin injuries, hamstring injuries, these are just muscle. It hurts.
How long is that surgery? Like, is it
Well, he'll probably be out for maybe 3 months, 2-3
And you know
months.
what's so crazy? Like, the longer he prolongs it,
The worse,
it
isn't
gets.
it?
Because I remember when Rashford done that with his back injury. He
Yeah.
had back and shoulder. He did the same thing.
Solskjaer
Where
era,
he delayed,
Prolonged it, yeah.
prolonged it. And then by the time he actually got it, and came back,
It
there was
affects your performances.
for like a year and a half. It will affect his performance.
Yeah.
100%.
It's yeah.
I don't see. I don't think
know,
personally. I know Palmer, bro, and we ain't gonna see the best of him this season.
Yeah.
For me, I'll be very surprised if you see Cole Palmer shelling it again this season. I don't see it with his injury, bro. I don't see it.
You have to be careful,
Fairs.
man. Some players have done that before, where they sacrifice themselves and never come back ever the same.
Yeah.
Titi never came back after he sacrificed himself for that World Cup.
Never.
Woke up to woke up, man.
That was worth it.
That was worth it.
That's worth it. But doing it to
that.
maybe be a bench guy for England, maybe it's not quite worth it.
I don't know.
Tuchel loves him. Tuchel loves him.
Well,
listen.
I don't think he starts though.
As we
Not in
said,
this form.
No.
Esteban now has scored more goals for Chelsea than George Weah and Gonzalo Higuain with 6. Obviously, both of them had 5 before.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
This is crazy.
They would just put a tweet.
I even forgot George Weah playing for Chelsea. I was like, yeah, that's insane.
That's a nasty stat.
But Esteban has now scored and
That's a shameless
assisted
stat,
in a Premier League game for the first time. And becoming becoming the first Premier League teenager with the most goals and assists in all competitions this season.
Oh, wow.
Fair play to him, man. He's had an
baller, man.
insane weekend, goal and assist this week as well. Let's move on to the last game of the weekend, and actually we'll be briefly touching on 1 or 2 more. Actually, Manchester City 2-0 versus Wolves. I feel like this was a given, but Mark Guehi making his debut, Antoine Semenyo again popping up. I think that's like 4 or 5 goals contribution in his first 4 games already. How much of a good impact does he look? How important is Guehi signing for them as well? What did you make of that game overall?
I saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game live, but from just watching the game back, Semenyo, not a surprise. I think he's the most informed player in the league, right now currently. So no surprise there, and he's already off to like 3 goals.
Yeah,
3 goals
I
already.
think 4 goals.
4 goals.
Yeah.
So and they had 1 disallowed, so it could have easily been 5.
3 goals, 4 assists.
in the cup game. So yeah, that's no surprise there. It's just that of course they had to win today. There was no room for error, given that they lost last week to us. Midweek calamity in the Champions League as well. So they're lucky that they're playing against the bottom of the league. So it's a game to just get their confidence back up again.
But Wolves are a dodgy team, you know.
They are a dodgy team, but you would expect a response.
For sure.
So
Yeah,
it's a routine win for them, but it's nice that they can sort of like just reset.
Yeah, I think they needed it too because they bench Haaland and they finally benched Foden as well.
Haaland as well. No Foden today as well.
Frozen had to get benched after. I can't lie because
Frozen.
the amount that we're talking about him for those 3 games again in like September, October. At some point in time, when do we say like, yo, bro, when are we gonna get on to you as well, bro?
The link up between Marmoush and
I was gonna say,
look,
Marmoush is a really good player. That's the thing. Marmoush, he's just unfortunate that Erling Haaland exists. You know what I mean? Because he's not a left wing. Obviously, we can talk about playing a bit off the left, in Bundesliga, but he's not that kind of guy. He's someone that deserves to be playing full 90s. And I would argue, again, City fans maybe disagree, I think he's probably the best ball striker in that team. Obviously, Haaland, we know,
goal scorer,
100 goals, whatever.
I get your point.
When it comes to Marmoush,
striking the ball,
just anywhere around the 20 yards. It's a bit similar to Sharky, to be fair. He's been doing that as well. But Marmoush's thing is just laser, bang.
Could he become a weapon in the second half of the season though? Similarly like he was last year. Because last year when he came in January, that he gave them like a little bit of a fresh.
He's good. He's good.
Dynamic.
I think, bro, when I'm looking at it, I think the main guy that's gonna do that or could do that even is Guehi, bro. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that was a big
game changer. I was watching their game and just the calmness, the leadership. I'm seeing man in the box already dictating and this guy's only been here not even 2 weeks. You know what I mean? He's really just kind of stepping up, right? And that's what you want to be seeing from him, because what I was questioning is Guehi gonna come in and the pressure's gonna be too much for him? Yeah. And obviously it's one game. It's one game, of course. Obviously it's a step up and that, but the signs are already there that he's gonna embrace that step up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's an international.
I think it's overdue as well.
Yeah, I think it's a position as well that City have been crying out for. You've seen Ruben Diaz over the last year or 2, fitness-wise, hasn't been able. John Stones has been on the decline for about 18 months. I think Husinov has come in. He's been good in bright spots, but you need someone that's kind of reliable and steady. And I feel like Gvardiol, he's got the big injury. He's done now for the season or whatever. But Guehi's just that kind of solid 7 out of 10, bro. Low cut fade, no nonsense. You know what you're getting. Your bread and butter. You know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
Reliable,
pie and mash.
Yeah.
Like bangers and mash. It's simple what you're gonna get with him.
Stability.
100%. But for me, I think in actual fact, I think the signing of Semenyo is the one where I'm like, yo.
They're
think
both,
this-
Both of them, both of them,
both
both of them.
impactful, but
Yeah.
on two different sides of the pitch.
It's
You've got the
100%.
stability that you've been missing in the defense, and then you've got the threat that you've been crying for out wide. Because yes, they've got the Marmoush and the Dokus and Foden, and you can name all of these guys, but they've been missing a winger like that since the Sane Sterling days.
And if you
Goal scorer, yeah.
Goal scoring,
Yeah,
And if
yes.
you remember as
Yeah.
well, they made some of those signings that we're talking about last year, January.
Yeah.
And I think the issue was with them players coming from foreign leagues, coming from RC Lens, Frankfurt, there's a bit of adaptation period.
Yes.
These men are coming in ready-made.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. I
That's-
just scored a winning goal on my last day at the
for
there.
Bournemouth.
I'm on my way here to do something. First 4 games, bang, 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 bang. He's coming out of the gate.
Same
And
with
it's like,
Gray as well,
this
yeah.
is actually what I feel like City need as well with their attack. Obviously, Foden, we said, there was moments in the season where he was like, oh shit, are we getting player of the year Foden again? And then he's kind of drifted back. Turkey has blown hot and cold. And I think you need as many supporting cast outside of Haaland with this City team if they really want to be serious title contenders. Because we've seen Haaland can go on a crazy 17-game stretch, but then he can also go cold for 4 or 5 games. And
I mean, he's
the,
on a drought
the
right
others
now.
need
This
to
is
step
the
up
longest
now.
ever.
I think now this is long.
But the thing is, though, we're talking about
7 games.
We're talking about the players though, but Pep's got to step up too, man.
Yes.
You know, he can't be leaving Rodri out there to die. You know what I'm saying? Like Rodri in that lone 6, bro. Especially when man's come back looking like crooks.
And it's
you
sad,
gotta be
bro.
careful.
Hang
You gotta
up,
be
man. You have
careful
to hang
with
up,
him.
bro.
Nico Gonzalez has been on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
he was
yeah.
on form when he dropped him for Rodri as well. So,
But that's what
they
I'm
might
saying.
have to
Like,
pay as a double pivot.
on
But you
a-
sacrifice.
Yeah, then you lack the
bro,
forwards.
I've seen. Listen, we know how good Caicedo is off the ball, right? I know he gets called shin kicker and that, but off the ball he eats up space quite well, and even he struggles sometimes by himself. Let alone Rodri, who just came back. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, go back to a pivot. You know what I'm saying? Play a pivot. But then again, I see a lot of City fans don't really f with Reinders in that pivot. You know?
Yeah.
They
It's
like him more
because
first.
that's where he
not
plays.
really-
That's where he plays for Milan.
He
That's
is
so-
not a pivot
He's
player,
not a
bro.
pivot
I
player.
say
Yeah.
He's almost like a shadow striker 10.
Yes,
But the
yes.
problem is because he's not that kind of technical eye in the needle.
Yeah.
The people don't want to play him in the
he's got
10.
the
He
But
occupies the same place as
when you-
Marmoush, pretty much. On
Yeah,
the
Pretty
yeah,
much,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Him, Foden, Marmoush, weirdly, they all play in the same position,
Yeah.
but they're all different types of that
It's
type
true,
of 10.
it's true.
When you play him in a 6 or an 8, bro, I
Yeah,
can't
we
lie
don't
to
wanna
you,
see that, man.
off the ball
Yeah, yeah.
defensively, you're basically asking for a passenger. Because
But his
it's
final
on the
action
ball.
game is very good though.
His final action, final third. Yeah, I said play him
yeah.
closer to goal. That's where you're going to see the best version of
But I think, why
Reinders.
don't you just keep it simple? You got the back four, then you then have Nico Gonzalez next to Rodri as a double pivot. Then you have Reinders in that little 10 role, and then that one can always rotate between.
That
the
one
other
for
players.
me needs to
And
change
then
game
the
to
attack
game.
for me has to be Doku, Haaland, Semenyo.
Yes.
So that means
Don't.
So
So
Marmoush,
Cherky's on the bench.
Marmoush got to be on the bench.
Cherky?
Foden on the bench. Cherky on the bench. These are hit it. These are players that can come off the bench and still have a big part to play. Game changers. You know,
Yeah,
they can
I
play
hear it.
impact. But ultimately, you can only field 11 of them. And you need to have the most balanced team on the pitch.
I think Cherky gives more balance.
No,
Semenyo on the
Yeah,
left, Semenyo on the left, man, and Cherky on the right.
That can work
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
that
That
can
can
work
be
as well.
as well.
Yeah,
I
I think so.
prefer Semenyo on the left.
But
to be
I
honest.
just think that the most dynamic wingers that they have, wide players that have, is Doku and Semenyo. And for me,
yeah,
they need
but I
to
think-
I
be
think
playing.
what you said
Yeah.
there though
Yeah.
now is like with Semenyo coming in for me, it adds that bit of quality again where
Yeah.
City used to have this strength and depth, and I think for about a year or two they went really lean, and you was like, oh, outside of that starting 11, they don't really have that much quality. Simpson, Poozy, and all these random academy kids making their debuts, but now it's like those options are actually what you want. And the next 2 games they've got Spurs and Liverpool away. If they win them 2 games, are they in the driving seat?
Who've also got next?
City's a weird one though. Because before I get there, City's a weird one because like obviously, so I watched the game and I think a big play they missed as well was Matheus Nunes at right back because this brother, I can't like his crossing is fake, bro. Like I said it previously. I
He
thought-
played in this game.
Yeah.
No, he's saying in previous games.
previous game.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
weren't winning.
So I'm saying they missed him, but he played really good today with the crossing and whatnot. And previously, I think, okay, is he a midfielder that's gonna just play right back for a bit and it's a bit funny?
Yeah.
Now he's a proper right back and he's cooking. And
I've
that
accepted it.
exactly. And
Yeah,
that second
yeah.
half, again, credit to Gahey because I actually think Wolves played pretty decent. Like second half, they were trying to come out, try to start a few attacks, but Gahey kind of locked that one off. So
I
Fine,
really like
fine
that Mane
stopper,
kid,
yeah.
by the way.
yeah, he's bro. The couple times he got into the box, say,
bro.
even I got sent.
I like him a lot.
He's good.
He'll get
But
he'll
the
get
one
minutes,
thing
he'll get
with Man City, though, that we have to be careful of as well is similar to the Arsenal one where after one loss or draw, it's like doom and gloom, that's it. Like the bottle starts now. when City win one game, yeah, suddenly everyone talks about them as the best team in the world again. They just got spanked by these guys, bro, and then Bodo as well. Now we're talking about, I tell you what, are they in the driving seat again?
But you know what it is?
If they win those two games, if they win, that's Spurs, which is a hoodoo game for them. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool away, which isn't the easiest game. With obviously the gaps now dropping to 4 points, that really makes it a lot closer than what it should have been.
This is the thing, though.
3 or 4 weeks
City
ago.
are a really good team, of course they are.
But this is the thing. City have been so underwhelming this season. They've been hot and cold at times, and it hasn't.
And they're still there.
It's not the City of old. We know that, and it's a new look City.
Yeah.
This is the best team in the world. Remember, this is the best team in Europe. Remember.
But this is the same team that.
And what? The only gap is only 4 points.
No, but you see the confusion here, though.
We need to have a conversation.
This is the same conversation here, but at the same time, everyone is saying that Arsenal have been super underwhelming as well. So it's not as though we're talking like this is the best Arsenal we've ever seen. It just so happens that Arsenal in the Champions League have to be better than everyone else.
The best of bad bunch up there.
Do you know what I mean? So we happen to be better than everyone else, as a matter of fact, right now. But no one's talking like Arsenal. This is the best Arsenal we've ever seen.
No.
So many players are saying like
There
that.
are people talking like that.
Okay, they may be, but they're not on the table right now.
And some people are
They're not on
telling
the
me
table.
that this is the best version of Arsenal they've ever seen in their lives.
No way.
Sharky said that. He
Disgusting.
said this is the best Arsenal team he's
Disgusting.
ever seen.
When did they start
These
watching
are the
Arsenal?
views of Sharky, I'll be honest. These are not the
He
views.
said that. Arsenal said it because always remember he started watching it from 2005.
2005. He said FA Cup final, I remember.
FA Cup was his first memory
Yeah.
of Arsenal, and that's when they won the FA Cup. That's the last trophy. Like, well,
Okay, then it's understandable.
so for him,
Then
it's like
okay,
2005 to
okay,
2026. He's saying that in that period, this current Arsenal squad is the best squad they've ever had.
That's fine. Then you know what? I can't like
So
hear that.
he said that.
Okay, fine. Then in that case,
Yeah, he said
I
squad.
hear where
Maybe
he's
he
coming
said
from though.
squad.
Pink kit
Maybe he said
season, man.
squad wise.
Maybe
Pink
squad.
kit season.
Oh no, I thought he meant like as in the
Maybe
last couple
squad.
of years.
Maybe I'm misquoting him. Maybe he meant squad. But at the end of the day, he's told me this is the best team.
I don't think he meant
This is the
style
best
of play.
team in Europe. Therefore, listen, if you're the best
But
team,
you're saying you're not
and the
too
gap is not that
concerned
big,
because
it's a problem.
this talk happens every couple of
No.
weeks.
I am
They
always
win a
concerned.
game.
No. Man City are always there. I'm just saying it's interesting the narrative. 'Cause I remember before, I think Sunderland or whatever game it was that we drew, the same thing happened where everyone says they do their videos, like you man do your videos, Albus does his videos. Hey, Arsenal are just the best, man. There's nothing anybody can do.
Yeah, I never said that. I said never catch me saying such things.
Let me continue. Arsenal are so strong at everything, blah blah blah. Then a point gets dropped. And by the way, it's not just rival fans, Arsenal fans as well. They're even the worst for like overreaction. Where the sky is falling. You drop a point. Oh yeah, the cracks are showing again. This
Wait,
is like,
who have you got coming up though? Who have you man got coming
I
up?
don't even know.
Let
To be
me
honest with
check
you.
that
because
for you right now, man.
I've always said, just wait.
No,
Why argue with Arsenal fans? Like, you just wait.
But that's the thing.
Just
Coming
wait.
out, you
go.
have Leeds away,
Yeah, Leeds
then
away.
you have Chelsea at home, Sunderland at home, Brentford away.
is Chelsea home the Prem or the Calabash?
Carabao.
That's Carabao. Correct, you are. And then Spurs away, Chelsea at home after that again.
But you see, if you don't have any,
You know what's
Listen,
more
Chelsea
interesting?
has a-
Is
They don't, bro.
it's-
Look at the Emirates, but they don't. They don't.
That's one thing.
They don't.
One thing. I just need to
at our ground, by the
Tottenham.
way.
Yeah, I know, and this is why I need to talk.
Two home wins all
I need to
season.
wait. Someone needs to grab you up by here and just shake you.
I'm telling you
if
now.
you don't have any self-respect left, just a little bit somewhere, just an ounce of respect for yourselves, you will not let them walk away with 3 points.
Wallahi, we
They don't have a choice, bro.
Yo, we might gift that them 3 points before the game.
that's
If
amazing.
Thomas Frank is still there,
For me, that's
I
about-
promise
Why do you think I'm campaigning for him to stay, bro? I don't want to get to face new manager, bro.
5-0.
You need me to go to that stadium?
you Liban, 17 of you can turn up. It
Do
will
you
make
want
no
me to go? Do
difference.
you want me to go there?
I beg you.
Yeah?
I
You
beg
want
you.
to- I need the number
Please, I
eyes.
need that
Yeah?
judge. I need that
I might be
judge.
there.
I need
I
something.
might be there.
I need
But no,
something.
I rate City, and of course, I'm not saying like it's ever like it's done
Yeah.
or whatever. It's just interesting that like we don't do that. If
They're the
Arsenal win a
shark
game,
team.
we,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Durun.
we can do, but they just got packed in by Bodo, bro. And then United beforehand. That's what
I-
it's
I
confusing.
hear what you're saying because
Don't let them get packed
I
like Bono,
know.
but also catch you up in the same season.
You know if
And
you
they can. Saying.
They
Shark
can do
team,
that.
You know when a shark grabs you,
Yeah.
they don't let go.
They don't like it.
Bloody
They
water
don't.
everywhere.
Drag you.
Then more sharks come.
No, but the thing is though, listen, I would hear it if they still had KDB and the Gondogans. That would give me more confidence that they'll come back.
They got
But
Semenyo.
Yeah, man, but they
got Gueye.
Yeah, man, I hear it. But listen, I'll believe it when I see it.
They still can come back. I'm not
I
saying
believe
it's
it when
over
I
by
see it.
far.
Don't let Haaland
I'm just
activate in
saying-
February. You know he always takes January off. But if February he engages.
I hear that. I'm just saying week in, week out, it completely changed. I remember, I think It was Cam's on you man's thing where he was literally saying, yeah, we're all talking about the Sharks. Maybe this is not really a Sharks thing. I can't lie.
Dolphins.
Just like a week or two ago. So when I suddenly again, it's the Sharks. They're circling.
Okay.
That's the confusion, bro.
No one's talking about Aston Villa though. I feel like they just sneakily, they're just in the picture.
They won 2-0 today, by the way. By the way, 2-0 win. Again,
at AJ's Park.
XG, I think 1.16 for Aston Villa, 2.18 for Newcastle. They had 40% possession to 60%. They have been overperforming their XG by a mile, and everybody's been saying it's catching up.
Bangers.
It ain't catching up, bro.
Nah, it will, man.
This is who Aston Villa are, bro. They are also 4 points behind you, actually.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
actually
That's what I'm
insane.
saying.
They just get kind of disregarded. Do you know what it is? It's the Leicester thing. Everybody's just like, they're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
keep going.
It's gonna happen.
And just keep going.
They just keep chugging
What's
along.
the
bro.
next set of games, Villa? Because I've got £100 on us
Next
finishing
couple of
above them.
games.
Yeah, I don't even look at Aston Villa fixtures. I'll be real.
They got Brentford, Bournemouth away, Brighton at home, Newcastle at home, Aston Villa at home.
Leeds at home.
Leeds at
Leeds,
home,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
Wolves away.
Wolves away.
They got a decent
Chelsea
run
at
of
home.
games, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah,
Decent. They got a decent
it's
run
only
of
once it gets to
The
like
Chelsea,
Chelsea, Aston Villa, even then West Ham Forest after that. Aston Villa might do a little charge, you know. Hey,
The thing is, though,
They're called the
also-
villains for
but
a
they're
reason.
also unpredictable in the sense that last week they lost to Everton at home. Everyone expected it after they also dropped points
And they struggled to create.
and they couldn't
This is what I
capitalize
mean.
on that.
Yeah.
Then they beat Newcastle the first time apparently in 20 years they've won at St. James Park. Like, come on, that's so unpredictable.
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
though.
When there's
Imagine
bangers, though,
Unai
man.
Emery delivers a title before Arteta.
Oh, that'll be beautiful.
Aston Villa.
Then it will be dark, but I'm certain that's not happening. So no problem.
So you still believe in winning the league then, yeah?
Yeah, but City are like respectable. Like
Evening.
I'm not
What did
rating
United
Villa
do?
as a challenger, bro.
Let me ask you then, what's your confidence level percentage-wise in terms of winning the league right now, today?
Ooh, after today, 75.
That's still high, you know.
That's good.
Yeah, I believe in my team,
good-
bro. Like,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
everyone has bad days. You know what I mean? You man, you deserved to get where you get today. I'm not gonna like start lashing out and crying or whatever. The world is over. 4 points is a very small gap, but at the same time, City don't look like as incredible as
Powerhouse,
previously,
yeah.
where we always say, okay,
true. No, I
it
agree.
might happen. They can go on a 10-game win streak, and if they do, then fair play, you deserve it because we haven't been that great either in the league. In the Champions League, different matter.
But you lot, this fragility is still there. That mental like fragility is there. When the going gets tough, you go into your shell. You don't like saying, "Nah, bun it. We're gonna take this lead."
turtles.
Like every opportunity you had this season to
run away
with it, you literally failed.
No, but we can't say literally because I was saying this before because that's not the case. That's a narrative that is over the last 2 games. Sure, there was a period over Christmas which you man will remember when you man played Bournemouth, I think it was, and they were still talking about the title.
Yeah.
We played Aston Villa at home. Every other Big Six team lost. We beat Aston Villa again. The next game, 2 matches in a row. Every Big Six team either drew or lost. We won. So we can't now pretend that whenever there's a
then now
chance
it's
to.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
It's counterbalanced. The
Now,
past
yeah,
two.
yeah,
It's even then. So there's no, you can't do that narrative and then not.
On top of that,
but
on
that's
top of
where
that, you when you saw the Chelsea lineup, yeah, the other week, you thought you were gonna batter us, didn't you? When we was missing Reece and all them, man, you thought you were
No,
gonna
because it's
batter us.
Carabao. Like I'll be honest with you, I don't. really
Don't
look
do
at-
that. Don't do that. They thought it was gonna be comfortable. Because imagine now, yeah, if we turned up, yeah, and they had no Declan Rice, no Saka, no Raya, no Gabriel, yeah. Imagine they had all these players
Why are
missing,
you
bro.
so happy to lose, bro?
know
What's
what I'm
going on,
saying?
man?
I'm not.
They were so gassed about the 1-1 win. Now
I'm
they're
just saying.
celebrating a 3-2
You know what I'm just
loss.
saying? You know what I'm just saying?
Look
man?
at the excitement.
What I'm saying, I'm not excited. This is what they do.
This team lost
This is what they
3-2.
do. They deflect like this. My point is, if you man were missing that level of
How can
players,
you be that proud?
Hold on, bro. I'm not proud, bro. Hold on.
You've mentioned it how many times, bro?
Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
We've mentioned the Carabao how many times? How can we be that proud?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
That was
bro.
green line.
My point is, if you man were missing that level of starters, right, and we walked away and you're still in a tie for the second leg, I'm gonna be annoyed. That's my point. You should have beaten us that day, and we shouldn't even be in a tie
Cool,
anymore.
and we didn't. We did beat you, by the way.
You
But we
beat us,
didn't.
but we're still in it. We're still in it, and that's why we need to go to the Emirates next week with the mentality of winning. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You say you're leaving with something next week.
We'll talk on the day.
No. Answer the question. Answer the question. Are you leaving with something?
I don't know if I'm gonna see you in 2
You've
weeks.
lost at home,
And
you're
you're
proud.
proud right now. You were proud of that performance. Are you telling me then you saw a little something in there where the second leg you now see yourself in the final? Yes or no?
All you're showing me right now is that you don't watch my reviews. I've already said Arteta's been going to the witch doctor. Yeah? He's been going to the witch doctor.
Is this the answer to the question or not?
Arteta's been going to the witch doctor because every time we're about to play these, man, Palmer's got diarrhea, Gusto's out
Oh, it's
injured.
Arteta's fault
Reece
now,
is out.
Palmer. It's
You know what I
Arteta's
mean?
Shit in the bed, but Arteta's getting the blame.
I'm just saying saying that whatever, and I keep saying to the man, them, it's time to go to KICC, yeah?
KICC, what's that?
That's a church. Pastor Matthew Oshimolowo. I don't know if you might know Pastor Matthew Oshimolowo. It's time to go to KICC and go do prayer, bro.
Stepped on Angel.
Last time it was come pay, take it away. Moises Caicedo. Now it's the KICC.
KICC team,
Pastor,
bro.
that's actually-
Prayer and deliverance. Prayer and deliverance, bro. We gotta pray because this portion of cursing that Arteta's
He
got
just
on our
don't want to
team.
play and that's calm, bro.
Bro, I'm telling
That's
you,
fine.
every time we're about to play these, man, some bare people are always out. There's always players out, the key players as well. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that man can hold out until we go there to the Emirates. Palmer's been at Chelsea 3 years. He ain't played the Emirates once.
Wow.
He ain't played the Emirates once.
And that's what Arteta's fault,
you
apparently.
ain't answered my question yet.
Do you know? You see what I'm saying, by the way?
all of this.
Bro,
Man,
it's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Yes or no.
Are you going to the final or not?
all I'm saying is we can beat them. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. We can beat them, innit?
Oh, come on, what's
We
that,
can-
bro?
Do you think
Anybody can.
With our strongest lineup, I do. Yeah, with our strongest lineup, I think we can go there and win.
With the strongest lineup.
With our strongest lineup, I think we can go there and win. But
No, it's not. Obviously, you can. Will you win?
with our strongest lineup, I believe we can. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You can beat us. You can.
Will you
Yes.
be at the final?
Yes, I will be.
Thank you
Actually,
very
I won't because I don't care about the Carabao. I won't be there.
I
won't be there. I won't be there. I won't be there. Arsenal will be there.
Man, even try to give him 3 years more. 95, bro.
95.
I won't even booed.
Yeah.
Give me 10,
Leon
bro.
knows about trophies.
It's crazy.
Calabash. I
I don't
respect
care about
Calabash, bro.
Carabao,
He
you
knows
know.
about trophies.
As in, I won't be there. I don't respect Calabash,
What do you mean?
bro.
I
That's
don't
fine.
care, bro.
It's crazy.
Anyway, let me just wrap up
You
this.
ain't seen that trophy in your
Let me just
life.
Kobe Martins.
Slapped.
That's
Oh,
slaps,
bro.
bro.
No, I can't lie. That day, I went on FIFA to play.
We was on the City game. Let me just read out a couple of
Birmingham, bro.
City stats.
80-0.
Mark Guehi's game by the numbers: 112 touches, by the way, 95 passes completed, 12 passes into the final third, 4 duels won, 2 interceptions, and 1 chance created as well. Plus the last minute off the line clearance, well, not off the line, but last ditch block. Man City have won any of their 4 previous games. Oh, sorry, no, that was just another side note. Yes, that will be all. Let's read the SDS Reddit segment as we always
Here we go.
Big up the people that always get involved. Make sure you're getting involved. Reddit, SDS, it's always there. Join the combo. Arjanet Pakali says, Man U is going to finish 3rd this season. Arsenal have the worst attacking side for a first place team in more than a decade. They need to get a Rodrigo or someone fast. Real Madrid found a centre-back pairing for the next 10 years. Give Raul the number 4, and this season, Ligue 1 is the best league to watch. I loved every single game I have watched. There are too many good players to watch for so much. You know when you squeeze all your super chats,
Bro.
fair play, brother. He covered every league in that one. Direction U says Lisandro showing again why size argument is irrelevant. Plenty of shorter players that have been elite aerially. Tim Cahill, Falcao, Jota, Carlos Puyol, Fabio Cannavaro. Lisandro has great aggression, instincts, and intelligence as a centre back. Similar to the others who play within his height, Cannavaro, Puyol, Baresi, Azpilicueta, Mascherano, and 2 of Hussein's favourites, Ivan Cordoba and Gary Medel. Valeri Bubsy says, Mateus Fernandes is one of the most overlooked midfielders in the Premier League, week in, week out, 8 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 performance in a pivotal role.
Did you mention that crossbar shot, by the way?
Yes.
When
Yes.
Alderete and Mavropanos were beefing.
I loved
it. Can do literally everything on the pitch
Player.
that Elliot Anderson and Adam Morton do, and has a better strike on him. If we stay up, I think he'll start getting some real notices next season. Hope we can keep him regardless.
Top player.
I actually have been hearing a lot of United fans saying, hey man, there's a reason why he wears number 18. Apparently Bruno Fernandes is idol, so might be one to look at in the summer if they do go down.
How old is he?
I'm actually not sure.
He
You
looks
got
like
your
he's
phone
30.
there? Use it.
Mate. He look about 30.
Baldrian 1201 says, I'm honestly not seeing this Saka hype. He's a fine player and a good Premier League player, but he is the whitest black winger I have ever seen.
Can we confirm? Is he the one that selected these messages?
He's not a cage baller.
Who selected these
I'm
messages?
just reading what
That's a crazy
Baldrian said.
statement.
I have to clarify who selected these messages. If that's a
Baldrian, he said he is a perfect academy graduate who follows the tactics to perfection, but has zero individual creativity. He goes to the byline, tries a cross, whilst falling most of the times to get a corner, or he cuts inside and passes it to the midfielders. If Real Madrid is failing because of their individuals and lack of tactics, it's the opposite for Arsenal, whose tactics they live and die by. Hence the teams the last couple games have gotten a result against them.
I think continuing that message after the racism is clearly disrespectful. I think we can talk about elite. What's wrong with white wingers? Stanley Matthews was a great winger.
What if the guy messaging is black himself?
then even more so. Why is he speaking about white people like that? What's wrong with white people? Stanley Matthews was fantastic. Gareth Bale was fantastic. If we do like an all-time 11 of the best wingers, maybe it's up there. Gareth Bale on one side, Stanley Matthews on the other side. So there's nothing wrong with white wingers.
No, there isn't.
But that's what he said. But why is he saying like it's a slur?
He said he is the whitest black winger in terms of he follows everything down to a T, perfection.
Is that a bad thing, guys?
He might be saying it in a good light in terms of he follows everything down to a T.
Does it sound like it in the rest of his messages?
It all depends on how
I don't get what's the second like.
You know what matters more? Your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and get involved in the conversation.
Well, we didn't even give. Hold on. We didn't even give like a shout out to Ethan Waneri.
Ethan
Waneri.
You know what I think?
What?
Lighting it up in League One.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
I need more Arsenal guys. They're all in Qatar, bro. I can't cap for
Banned from the studio, and you're about to be banned in the next 3 minutes as well. You know what I mean? We're gonna lock this whole thing off. But we hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode. Big up all the boys who've joined me today as well. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Leave a comment on what your thoughts are in the comments as well. We will catch you guys on next week's episode. Till next time, take care.